content creators पाकिस्तान में पैसे कैसे कमाते हैं?
Sponsorships.
That's it.
There could be more.
Event appearances.
Event appearances.
Okay.
You get paid for that?
Yeah.
What?
You are
You
there.
get paid for
Yeah,
it?
bro.
Yeah, bro. Like.
Shit.
Time by the hour.
मैं तो फ्री खाने के लिए जा रहा था. I was getting food.
I think that's the beauty of it. You can't just gauge us in any way. If I see Nael's face on a billboard selling a perfume, I'll be like, I know this guy, right? But previously that spot was had by professional models or actors and celebrities. So you could use us anywhere.
What pays the bills?
My parents. The biggest mistake people make coming into any new thing, like hobby or passion now, I've seen this in music, I see this content creator, like I need the best phone, or I need like a Sony A7S if I want to do YouTube. No, like, no man, like what you need is like a working camera and consistency and a passion and to know what you want to do, that's it.
Are both of you guys making money off of it?
Alhamdulillah, I'm a registered taxpayer. If anyone from the FBI is wondering, please do not show up to my house.
Thanks so much for coming today, guys. So the hope for this conversation is that by the end of it, अगर कोई aspiring या existing content creator है जो उसको देखेगा, they would know how to improve their content, improve their page, improve their outcomes generally. And if a brand is watching, or if someone's a small brand and want to leverage content marketing and want to leverage more content creators, how they can improve their brand overall value and overall positioning. So let's start with everyone's journey, right? So Ansar, how did you?
Why?
I was just going alphabetically, man. Just want to know more about yourself. How did you get started? And more importantly, how did you make your first video? How and why did you make your first video? And
That's a great question.
And what were you feeling when you just pressed publish?
So I started, I had basically graduated university and I was searching for jobs. I was unemployed.
You're born and raised where?
I was born in America, but I'm raised in Pakistan.
Okay.
ठीक है?
Lahore.
Yeah, Lahore. So I'm raised my whole life in Lahore, went abroad for university. The plan was to stay there. I was in Canada. So the plan was to stay there for a couple more years after graduating and get a job. And so I was looking for jobs, living in my uncle's basement. I was pretty depressed, whatever. And in 2019, that was when I graduated. And there was this new thing that people were talking about, which was called TikTok. But at that time, it was kind of cringe. So it was whatever, it's a new social media joby. My friends showed me a couple of TikToks that they made, which were like inside jokes. And I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. I could do that. So I started making like inside jokes for my friends on TikTok. And that would get a laugh out of them. And then slowly, like, I started like exploring TikTok. There were various different things, but seeing the diaspora, Desi community on TikTok, I wasn't very impressed. They didn't really seem like they had any roots to actual Pakistan. So then I started kind of posting more Desi-ish content on TikTok. And that's basically where my journey began. So I don't actually remember what my first video was. It's probably some stupid inside joke. And then one day I woke up, I think like a couple months down the road, and one of my videos had gone viral. But it had gone viral for
Were you posting publicly?
I was posting,
Instagram
but
or
it was
TikTok?
like TikTok bit. Like my Instagram, I had like 500 followers, 600 followers.
Like a normal private account?
Yeah, public thi, but like I wouldn't post any TikToks. People did not know. Like that was just for my friends, even though I kept it public. And I woke up one day and one of my videos had gone really viral. And like I had woken up with 10,000 followers, from like 7 followers on TikTok to 10,000. I was like, oh, what's happening? And I like started freaking out. And then like my Instagram friends and Facebook friends were sending me, is this you? So I got scared because I'm very like shy and introverted. And I like made everything private. And then my friends were like, are you stupid? This is really cool. And they like forced me to like make everything public again and kind of embrace it. So then I just kind of went with the flow. And
you kept making videos? Like there was no like strategy or thing around it, or were you just
it was such a new thing at that time. So I was just going with the flow. And it's honestly like, it was never something I aspired to be. Now when I speak to people, they know I want to be a content creator. I want to make this kind of content. So I was kind of figuring it out as I was going. I'm like, okay, this is such a random opportunity. Let's see where it goes. So I didn't know if I wanted to just make desi content, just do this. I was always an aspiring musician. So in my head, I was like, oh, when I get big enough, maybe I can use this to promote my music, which I guess I'm kind of doing now.
Yeah.
But that was always the plan. So it's just, yeah.
Right, cool. Usher.
Yeah, my name's Usher. Well, my journey really started early on with Nael. Like we started together. Yeah. So our first ever video on his Instagram
page.
thing, was supposed to be a parody of Jeremy Fragrance. You know,
Yeah.
he's crazy, right? And we wanted to bring that energy to Instagram just for fun.
But why Jeremy Fragrance? Why? How did you guys decide?
He was a big guy.
At that point in time, he was going viral, and we had this group chat on Insta. We just basically वो नंगा नाच रहा था Instagram पे.
Okay, fine.
That's pretty much what was happening.
So that's what Nael wanted to do.
No,
But you talked him out of it. Like, good job.
so bro, please. So I was basically known as the guy कि अच्छा जो भी perfume चाहिए नायल के पास होगी. ठीक है, remember? हाँ, so I was that guy.
He's one of the dealers in the
I-
school.
no. If anyone from school is watching, I promise I was not. But yeah, so we were like, okay, we can do a pretty good parody of this. So perfume can be me and the pagalpana can be him.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Yeah. So that's what
He's a good
initially.
dancer. He's a really good dancer.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We haven't seen that, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
As of yet.
At the end, we'll just.
If you
move
see the
table
first
now.
video, if you see the first video I ever posted, this man's throwing some moves in the background.
Yeah, I started throwing it back. It was
No, God.
No, but like that's how it started, right? We thought we needed something entertaining in the video, and then we also wanted to educate, you know, when it comes to like fragrance and stuff. So he's talking about the fragrance, and the back I'm doing something, right? That's how it first started. We didn't really think it was gonna go viral or anything, but I don't think it went viral. It just
got 8,000 views, I remember.
yeah, it started
Back in the day when you're starting out, the
8,000
8,000 is a big
We were like, oh shit, ye
it
to chal
started
gaya.
picking up some like picking up we started developing an audience basically, right? And then from there it was kind of a snowball effect. We kept on making videos and stuff, and then
What made you guys keep going? Like, why did you?
he kept going with the fragrance stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
it
I
was
was
just
like,
So let's segue into his story, and then we'll come back to yours. So let's tell us more.
So that's how we started. And then it
So
just...
what made you start the first video? Like, why? Number one, why did you actually genuinely just like fragrances?
Yeah,
a
I
lot?
actually just like them.
Yeah.
But now, as a kid, my childhood dream, I watched Top Gear a lot. I was like, "Jab bade hoke na, I want to do this.
They were the best.
I
were the
want to
best,
be.
man.
I
They were
want to
actually
be a
the
car
best.
presenter, and I achieved that goal.
And you still like cars? Like
I love
that was
cars.
your. That's your. Okay, fine.
That's my dream. Like, if you say that you have to do one thing for the rest of my life, I'd review cars. I want to be Sunil Manj, but Sunil Manj has already taken that crown.
Why not? Why can't there be two people, man?
क्या करे वो Sunil Manj.
Sunil Manj has very good content. though, like,
He's
I
a
mean-
brilliant man.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, ab ye chal raha hai. I'm basically doing the same thing but for perfume. So I'm like, okay, I'm living out my dream life. And it was just positive gratification. It was just a positive feedback loop. We'd post a video, 20,000 view aa gaye, 30,000 view aa gaye, followers बढ़ गए, एक दिन में 4,000 follower aa gaye. You're losing your mind कि what the hell is going on here.
That's big, man.
So it's just positive feedback loop.
Yeah, you would come on my feed every day.
Yeah.
Every day. You can't skip Nael.
I think I saw reviews with Nael when you were at like 10,000 followers.
Yeah, that's when we
And then
blew
I
up.
think suddenly, I don't know what happened in the middle, where you guys just blew up, where you were like going like, मैं एक हफ्ते बाद देखा वो 40,000 से 80,000.
Yeah, that happened in the middle. We went on a trip, on a school trip. It was for a week. We came back with like 40,000 more followers. We were like, oops, ye kya ho gaya?
So have you always kept reviews with Nael as a name, or it was just?
It was
Nael?
always reviews with Nael.
So you just started like a brand new page.
Yeah, it was a brand new page.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow, so the intention was.
It
कि
was
मैं-
intention was that this is going to be content. And
And this was just last year.
8 months ago?
Wow,
Yeah, 8
that's
months. they have,
amazing
like,
growth.
you have like 100 and some 70,000?
170, I think.
70,000 and how and okay, coming back to Usher, sorry. So then you started making your own content on the side.
Yeah, from this page, I developed like my own audience as well. Like,
Yeah,
I
they
had
were
a-
all like mullet guy, right?
Yeah.
That's what I remember reading.
I had like
Yeah.
5,000 followers, and I was like, this is a good base audience. I might as well
Very
just
good base
start
audience,
making
yeah.
something because I was getting a lot of DMs. Like, we want to see more of that energy and stuff. Like, what do you have to say? So I just started making videos. My first ever video was a weird DMs video because I was getting a lot of those. And then I remember this. And then I just took a bunch out and I started reviewing them, right, so to speak. And that went viral. I think it has 1 million views now
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
it did.
And then I was like, okay, yeah, why not keep going? So I kept on making videos, and slowly my style kind of evolved, right? I started editing my videos more. I started adding more of my personality into my videos. Like I had my music thing going on at the side, right? And then I had these weird DMs. the Kamikaze question corner, all that, right? And I just started enjoying the content. It wasn't like the bane of my existence or anything like that. So I was like, might as well keep going.
Nice. And you intend on continuing as well?
Yeah, sure, why not? It's a side hustle, Mike. Might as well keep going.
Okay, coming back to you
Yes.
now. So what's next for reviews with Nael?
What's next for?
Because I see now you go do review food.
Yes.
You review restaurants, of course. You have done some cars.
Yes, I've done cars.
Are both of you guys making money off of it?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I mean, you
Alhamdulillah.
get sponsorships.
I'm
and
a
stuff.
registered taxpayer. If anyone from the FBI is wondering, please do not show up to my house.
Yeah, I don't know if you're registered. That's more likely they'll show up, right? Like this is what they need. They go over the registers list, and that's where they just target.
Oh shit.
But कोई मसला नहीं. Like, I think it's good that you pay tax. So
You're a lawyer, no?
So yeah, so tell me more. How are you planning on now continuing this as a career?
So in terms of like how creators make money, it's pretty simple. Brands reach out, they're like, oh, we've got this product, this is it. The one pitfall which I think most people fall into is जहाँ से भी पैसा आता है, हाँ, okay. The second you start doing that, you're gonna notice a decline. And I am guilty of this. I did it. I was like, okay, fine.
किसकी वजह से decline आया? Brand का नाम ले लो.
They make good perfumes, but they're really shitty business practices. But
Don't bleep it out.
Yeah, no. No, so I did a video for them, and I was like, they're like, one of the fragrances didn't last long. They're like, oh, just don't say anything about it. And I posted it, and I'm like, I'm not really a reviewer now. I'm just a showcase. I say, yeah. And I noticed in the international fragrance community, यही चलता है. International fragrances में सब यही एक ही format है. पीछे एक bookshelf होगी, उस पे 50 perfume होंगे. We've got this fragrance, $50, amazing, best perfume in the world. कितने best perfumes in the world? How many best can there be, right? So the second every video is like, when the person जो आगे बैठे उसको पता है ये तारीफ ही करेगा.
हाँ.
तो फिर बोलेगा why should I? वो जब अच्छा ही होना है तो मैं क्यों देखूं? So I fell into that for I think 2 weeks. I'm like, this is not going to work. And then alhamdulillah I've gotten out of that, and as a result I've said no to a lot of money. So
2 weeks.
I think that's okay.
It's pretty good, man.
2 weeks was enough.
Turning
for
around in 2 weeks is pretty good. Like I feel like people fall for years.
Yeah, months and years.
For months at least. But I guess in your 8-month journey, 2
2
weeks
weeks was a significant portion. Like, I was just in a spiral. Ki, Acha, should I upload this? Is this wrong? Am I lying to people? I'm like, yes, I'm lying to people. Why are you doing this? So I had to give them the money back.
Are you guys done with your A-levels now?
Yep.
Yeah,
And now you're
Just got done.
applying for med school.
Yep.
inshallah, yeah.
Inshallah.
Both of you. Wow. Last thing I thought.
That's
what last thing anyone says.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. That we don't
Like,
expect you
literally.
to be doing med. Why?
Like, why?
I don't know,
What do you have to say
man.
for yourself?
You.
It's so interesting to see like creators now going into med school because we haven't seen that.
Have we seen?
We have seen
like
that. We have seen that.
Starting it out. Like,
In Pakistan में कौन है कोई doctor creator?
Mr.
Mike,
Paki.
I think he's Pakistan.
हाँ, Mr.
Mr.
Paki.
Paki.
But he does not talk
but
about
it's not
medicine.
about medical at all.
There
He
was
talks
this
about
one
literally
guy.
everything other than medicine.
This is one guy, Abdullah Khatak, but he's tragically passed away in a motorcycle accident.
Oh yeah, he was in med school.
It
Yes.
was
But he
him.
wasn't still making like you guys could review about your journey.
Today we're doing a surgery on this guy.
Assalamu
Sama, the OG.
Make me sound like a
Creator.
dinosaur.
Well, you are the eldest creator. I mean, no, I'm the eldest right now.
You're also a creator.
Yeah. So tell me more. How did you start?
So I've had journeys in like two ways because I've been making content for 10 years or even more than that. I think it started out in 2013.
Damn.
2013.
Yeah,
what
but
were
I
you
was
doing?
doing it anonymously. So I was studying at Savage, and back then there was no concept of cafes, so there were new cafe culture was starting out in 2013. So Savage had a very weird schedule. So like you would have a class at 8 to 11, then you have like a 4-hour break, and then you'll have a 3 to 6 session. So instead of going back home in those 4 hours, my friends and I would just review places. So imagine like Xander's is new.
हाँ,
That was the time, right?
Ancient times.
Butler's was the only time when that.
Yeah, like yeah, they were like what, 5.
Firing shots
Ancient times.
They were ancient times. For these guys, it
Did
was,
you
like-
review the Tigris River, Mesopotamia?
So that was very old time, and back then, like to have even an Instagram page was very odd. Like I'm cited in a non-newspaper that being the first person to do this. So it just came as an idea to start reviewing food
But where would you post the
on
content?
Instagram. So I had a different username. It was called Karachi Food Guide. It was
I
this-
think I've seen it. I've
yeah, a
seen
lot
that
of
page, yeah.
old people remember me through that, but old people as in old as in those who are new to Insta, but
Yeah. Dude, it all like I remember every social media starting in front of me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, same,
Facebook
bro.
started, like, and we were old enough, right? Like we were not like kids when it started. Like sab samne aaya hai, samne
Yeah,
samne.
we've seen
So, like,
social media die in front of us.
Bro,
dude.
I've
Forget
seen dial-up
starting.
internet. I've
Yeah.
seen no phones,
Same.
no mobiles, and
Actually, I
then
haven't seen
mobiles.
that.
Yeah. So
That's where I draw the line.
and then I remember that I was just chilling one day, and then suddenly I was getting a lot of followers, and I was like, "What changed? I didn't do anything. Is it a new hashtag?" Because that was the thing. And
Yeah.
I was looking at hashtags. There's nothing new. Then I found there's an article on me which says top 20 Instagrammers of Pakistan.
wow.
And if you go down the line, they're like big individuals, and then there's me. And I was like, oh shit, this is something different.
Yeah.
But although there were brand endorsements coming in, but it was just static post. But I've always had my eye on corporate. So I didn't really focus it on that. I was just like, say ye hoga, kar lenge, and it was always a side hustle. Until then, I moved abroad, did my master's, came back, and I was doing this, changed my name also, but I was just doing it low-key. Until then, something really deepening happened to me, like life-changing, I would say. So I was working for a startup, and we were all invested into it. I would work 9 to forever. It was going so well because the idea was that the startup will get sold and we're going to make millions.
Yeah.
That's what the idea was.
That's the dream.
That's the dream, right? And I was never focusing on corporate. I was focusing on content. So it was just there. But the company shut down, and all of a sudden I was like, what am I doing in life? Because, you have this crisis of, hey, like, what you do is what you become. And then that's how your introduction also comes down to. So I was having a crisis there, like, okay, I don't have a job. So what do I do? And I told my friend, like, I want to go to like this bookstore, get some reading done, get inspired to do something next. So, and I'll find a job eventually. And this is like happened at Liberty Books at Shehbaz. So I had like a good meal at Evergreen, did some yoga also. And I was like, 15 minutes until the store's closing down, and I'm just looking for a book. And this guy walks in, and he looks at me, and he takes up 2-3 minutes, and he comes up to me. He's like, are you Osamah? And I'm like, yes. He's like, you have changed my life. And I looked at him, and I'm like, I do food reviews. There's nothing life-changing about it, but could be a life-changing meal, but I'm invested to know more. So he says, no, my wife and I have saved everything from your blog because you've been posting it since so long. And hum Lahore mein rehte hain, and we always thought that whenever we'll come to Karachi, we'll try the spots that you have recommended. But the wife passed away. Oh. So he said that he was in such a deep, miserable state. And I said, I didn't know what to do. So I thought, like, he took his 5-year-old son, took a first train, came to Karachi and tried all the restaurants in the memory of his dead wife. And he's like, and that's because of you. I'm happier now. I've started a new life. I could have gone to any city because I have family in Islamabad, I have family in Gujranwala. But because of you and the connection we had, I'm here. And I was looking at him, and I looked at my friend. I was like, do I still need a book?
Yeah, exactly.
And I went to my guy and I said, you know what? If I could change someone's life in this way without even putting an intention to it, imagine if I start putting in some thought. I was like, I'm going to make my first reel. And previously, I was not too, I would say, you always need confidence and courage to get up on the camera. It just doesn't come naturally. You just have to take that step. I was like, I'm just so motivated. I'm going to make my first TikTok and put on Instagram as well. Posted my first video, got like 100,000 views. I was like, oh, this is interesting. I had like 15,000 followers back then. And I posted my second, it hit like 500,000. And the third was already 1 million. I was like, okay, this is something I can redo it, and never seen that guy again. But today I could say to him that you've changed my life.
That's true.
Because he just said that statement and he disappeared. So my purpose of making content really changed.
That's lovely.
Since then, and I feel like it's more divine than. So my content experience had always been very different.
I mean, that's a very, very like solid motivation to start doing it, right?
I'm glad you asked him last.
Thank God. Our stories are just trying.
Yeah, imagine following this.
You're like, let me just skip this. Like, no point, yeah.
मेरा दोस्त परफ्यूम रिव्यू कर रहा था मैं डांस कर रहा था
I have a good nose.
He's like, yeah, I was there, so I decided to also do it.
Oh my God, that was a beautiful story. You should write a book.
Yeah.
I mean, it's truly, I'm so glad there was a friend of mine because I keep asking, was he real? Because the store was about to close down
Yeah.
and I do want to reimagine that scenario. But every time I talk about it, it gives me goosebumps. Because I feel like I was so lost in that time period because you're jobless, you think
Yeah,
corporate is
yeah.
your life, and you did something all these years, but you forgot about it. And then now being here and I've left corporate, it's just it's wild. I don't know
And it's the right time as well, right? Like at that juncture.
the right
like,
time because if he had come when I had a job, I wouldn't have the time, so I wouldn't get that motivation instantly, right? So that was a very sweet spot. I can't imagine like that one pen being jobless, getting that motivation, he coming in.
And what are the odds of running into him? So what made you like, so then how, okay, now let's get to more like tactical stuff. Like, so how do you decide which platform? You guys had every platform in the world available to you. Like, why not Snapchat? Why not TikTok? Why not Facebook? Facebook to khair pata nahi
Who
itna
uses
use nahi karta.
Snapchat?
Actually, more people in Pakistan use
They
Snapchat
do.
than Instagram. Snapchat has 30 million users in Pakistan. Instagram has like
I know they're up to
14.
no good, bro.
That's a significant
Yeah, fair
thing.
enough, maybe. But still, like, it's like double of Instagram
That's
users.
crazy.
I thought Gen Zs were using Snapchat again.
Yeah, not
No,
us.
no.
Snapchat is.
I've never used Snapchat.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
a horror story of a platform. Honestly, Instagram just has a good interface, So I was like, that's easy. I'm a
Yeah.
boomer at heart, so I don't know how Facebook and stuff.
Are you really a boomer at all?
I gave Snapchat a try because people would, like, when I started, everyone kept asking me, why don't you have a Snapchat? What's your Snapchat? And I was like, I'm not like a big, like, I don't see what other people are creating and stuff. So I like got on my, like, dusted the, keyboard off my old Snapchat account. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, so it's like more spammy, I guess, like spam. I made one and I gave it a shot and I think I got a decent following on it too, but I was like, this is just so much extra work.
That is true.
That makes sense.
And for very culty kind of growth. So I was just like, it's
So sorry, platforms are not the same. Like they all require different kind of content.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys would recommend that if anyone's starting off today, they should just pick that platform.
I don't know.
No?
At least
start with everything.
start with everything. See what for me, like when I started, TikTok and Instagram were pretty much the same. Like, Instagram wasn't offering Reels at the time, so it was just TikTok. But I would still repost as a post on Instagram. तो उससे थोड़ी following आती थी. Now they're both like, now I don't do that well on TikTok because of the algorithm ever since I moved back to Pakistan. So I don't post on TikTok as much anymore. But I'll still post. Like, you never know. Maybe you'll do better on TikTok, who knows, than Instagram. So yeah, start with everything and then see where your growth is.
Wherever you get the most engagement from, go all in there.
And did you guys try other platforms?
I've tried TikTok. I'm currently trying to build a TikTok audience, but I've realized that Insta is way easier. For me at least.
Why do you say, what do you think is the difference? Like, have you looked
It's
into
the
it?
algorithm completely.
The algorithm is different.
Everything
It
changes
favors
when you
different
move
types of
countries, for
content.
example, or cities and stuff,
so
right?
weird.
Yeah, I do feel like I've experienced like in TikTok because it's also your user base, right? TikTok has always become very friendly towards your masses. So I've noticed that if I change my language, Urdu does really pick up well.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
if you do something more easy to process, because it goes wild, but it's also very strange because your video could do million, then it could do like 200.
Yeah.
So that's so disappointing at times.
Yeah.
But Insta still gives you
Consistency.
consistency, like average results to hame mil jayenge, na? But I don't know how that operates at the moment, but I've seen a huge change when you change the language.
Honestly, Instagram is just like, for me, I only use Instagram because it's the only platform that I
And all
use.
your content is in English?
Yeah, because Urdu is not my strong suit. But Instagram
Niles
is...
is a lot of it is in Urdu.
Mine's is.
At least
mix.
Assalamu alaikum
Assalamu
Nazreen.
alaikum, Nazreen.
That's what saves him.
I've taught the Indians what Nazreen means, so that's good.
What does it mean?
US.
Audience.
तुम्हें नहीं पता?
Like I just
What the
said.
hell?
All this time, you've been hearing
I thought he was saying salam to his friend Nazreen or something. Why does he never say
Nazreen
Assalamu
कौन है?
alaikum?
Assalamu alaikum, Ashir, give me one.
I went up to him once. I was like, come on.
So tell us more about the Indian audience. Like, what is your current audience breakup like?
So it's it used to be up until I'd say 100,000 followers. It was primarily India.
Really?
It was primarily India. Now it's switched. It's primarily Pakistan. So, especially after the war,
Yeah, of course.
उसपे तो और ही फर्क आ
Did
गया.
you get banned?
No, I didn't get banned. I got a lot of hate, as I'm sure
you
all
did
of
get
us.
a lot of hate?
All of us got a lot of hate.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable amounts of hate.
Oof.
Did you guys post about the war?
Yeah.
You did? You also did?
I posted and then it got taken down by Insta.
Tell us about the makeup of your audience.
Before 100K, it was primarily Indian.
Okay.
Post 100K, it became equal. And as time has gone on, it's become more Pakistani, less Indian.
And that's because of the war.
After the war, it became even bigger.
Did you have this thing where I had this thing where as Indians found, because I had a big Indian following in the beginning, I wouldn't say it was more than the Pakistani, but like it was like almost 60-40 Indian. But as they found out I was Pakistani, they would
That
unfollow.
happened. But I don't think that's the rule.
Yeah, some creators also don't specify.
Yeah. I
'Cause
mean,
they're
to be
like-
very honest, like I always thought you were not from, like you were diaspora, right? Like I thought you were living in America or Canada and just making content from there.
Acha. You didn't know I was
because
Pakistani.
I didn't really.
I think a lot of people did think that.
Yeah, like they don't really check, and they're like, हाँ कोई बाहर बैठ के देसी है, लेकिन बाहर बैठ के content बना रहा है. Because I would come across some videos and all, right? So I didn't really like get into whether this person's from here or not.
You two had flags on your bio.
No, not even that. I've just had to, like a lot of people, like I would meet people in Pakistan, they'd be like, oh, you live in Pakistan? I was like, yeah. Or like they'd be like, you grew up in Pakistan? I'd be like, yeah, man, yeah. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but yeah, people get thrown off.
Yeah, they do. Like utna clear nahi hota. But did you guys post about the war and did that trigger something?
Yeah, to say the least.
Not really, not for me. I posted a statement not like targeting anyone in particular. I was just really pissed off about, to be fair, I was really pissed off at the way that certain people were acting after finding out like there's been a death or whatever, right?
Yeah, okay.
And that was what my statement was about. This is not how it should go.
Fair enough.
And I didn't get too much. I got a couple of people who were like, no, this is your fault. You shouldn't have done this. I was like,
Yeah.
my bad. But a lot of people, Indians, Pakistanis, Filipinos,
So why are they catching strays?
I would reply
not
to every
straight. I'm
single
saying
one of them,
all
by the way.
like a bunch of people of different nationalities all were messaging me. Okay, yes, this is the right way to think about this situation. You're not hating on anyone in particular, but you're like pointing out this is not the way it should
Your
go.
statement was very neutral.
Yeah, it wasn't neutral. I was still like hating on people who were celebrating deaths.
Right, yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's just not how it's supposed to go.
Absolutely.
And it like really irked me. So I was like, I should say something. I didn't get hate for it, so I got lucky.
Did you guys lose followers?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
I lost
for sure.
around 10,000 followers.
Whoa.
Around
Yeah,
there,
yeah, same.
around there.
But I was very one-sided in my messaging. And I was, because I'm like, I have a political platform and I speak up about social issues. And after the Pahalgam attack, I remember the majority of my Pakistani mutuals, they spoke up in sincerity about the loss of life there.
Yeah.
And so like after the attacks happened, I started getting messages from people that have been following me for so long. And like, for me, it was the contrast was so crazy because their old messages would be like, we love you. And the new message would be like, you deserve this. And that though, just, I saw red and I was just like, and like, I live close to Walton in Lahore. We heard the drones. Twice I heard the drones. My dad saw it on his morning walk and we heard the firing to shoot it down. And it was a very scary time for me because like I have a wife and a kid. I think if I was younger, I'd be like, this is so funny. But obviously once
I know what you mean.
you have a family, it gets much more realer, much scarier. We're near the border. I have friends in Bahawalpur. I was just in Bahawalpur a couple months ago. I was performing with Manu there and my friends who go to school there, unko wo pata tha madrasa ke bare mein. So I was just like, yeah, like there's no justification for a loss of life. And there's like, what retaliation? Have you proven that those terrorists came from Pakistan?
They hadn't even caught
Yeah,
them.
exactly. So, and then when like I started reading up about the facts about it, I don't mean to get like super political, but like, you know, the facts were just like, hey, that place that happened was so far from the border and that place is so heavily militarized. So it speaks either to your incompetence or either it's just not possible. So I highlighted these things and people were not happy about that. And then I had to turn off my comments. I had to turn off my story comments. I had to turn off my DM requests. And I think just within the day that I posted that, I got around 800 hate messages. 800.
That's a lot.
Like, and I lost 10,000 followers. And I was like, middle finger, I don't care. But like, it was very like on top of this trauma about like impending doom. You're also just like, bro, like my platform, like you people, like, hey man, we are also a very heavily propagandized nation.
Yeah.
But at least we're aware. I don't believe every propaganda that my government tells me. So how are you guys so catch up? उन्होंने बोल दिया तो बस ठीक है. So I was also angry about that as well. Sorry
We
for-
also went through that phase, right? We also, as a nation, we had that phase.
Yeah, yeah.
When there was a certain political party that was with the certain establishment.
Everyone
was together.
We love you.
When everyone was together, at that point, there was a big section of society that was behaving exactly like this. They were like, यार नहीं कुछ भी गलत, सब लोग सही हैं, सब अच्छे हैं, सब कोई बुरे नहीं है. अब आपस में लड़ाई हो गई तो अब सबको reality भी पता चल गई है काफी सारे लोगों को. So seen it. We're now far more real now. Like we are so critical of everything that comes out. I don't think Pakistanis genuinely just agree on everything and just buy into that propaganda.
I had a very opposite experience to you.
Yeah.
So for me, obviously there was hate. But I'd say total में शायद 20-25 hate messages आए होंगे. And a larger majority was, are you okay? All good.
I did get some, like, I don't want to seem like I got more, like, some reasonable voices. I did get some nice.
My favorite message was, I don't agree with what your country's doing. Doesn't mean I hate you.
That's right.
I was like that. This is the most intelligent person I've ever
But that's a
spoken in my
very
life.
real feeling, right? That's, I
Yes.
think that's how we all feel about
Yeah.
it. Like, I don't hate Indians. Like, I can't hate Indians at all. Like,
You know, as Pakistanis, none of us, you know, like did not condemn the attack. We all did.
yeah, that's true.
And they didn't see that part of our conversation. None of us celebrated that. And that was the narrative that was driving us crazy. Like creators that we were following, like people we were admiring.
That put
That
me off
was
a little
very...
Yeah. Mutuals, I've been
Yeah,
friends
people
with.
who you've like spoken to and like
Yeah.
friends, they're like, oh yeah, you're all terrorists. Like,
Yeah. So,
why you, I thought we were friends, guys. Like, what's happening?
so I think there was a big, drastic difference in how the conversations we want to drive. We were more about peace, and we were praying for this to end. There's no win in a war, you know. All these. That was our conversation all across. But what we were seeing on the other side was more aggression, and the fact that they preemptively blocked so many accounts. Like I got banned on April 30th. Nothing had happened back then.
That's really weird.
It
like
is
you're
really
telling us
weird.
earlier as well, and I still can't like understand why.
Had the Pahalgam attacks happened by then?
I-
I think they had happened, है ना?
The attack had happened, but there was no conversation.
Yeah, there was no-
It just
yeah.
2 days after that. So I think there were things brewing up.
Interesting.
And
Is it Osamah Nasir ko to block karo yaar?
I posted a story about it, and I did. get
you
to
posted a story about
and
it.
I did
That
want
makes
to
some sense.
get some insight, like what's going on, because I just did a recent story with NPR, and my idea is that a lot of times when I post content, I show a very different side of Karachi and Pakistan, which on the people on the other side of the border, they're like, "Whoa, is this Pakistan, right?
Yeah, we had this like, you guys know English.
You guys know English, you know?" And I feel like it's such a big loss to.
There's still people who accuse me of having a fake accent.
No, Angrezi aati hai.
Yeah.
That's such a like dumb view of the world, right? Like at one point, Americans were accused of this. Okay, yeah, you don't know enough about the world.
And like, funnily enough, like I was in India in 2015. The same question was asked to me. Like I had an iPhone. Oh, sorry, I had an Android Google phone something, and I was in a train. I took it out, and the guy was like,
You have a smartphone?
and I looked at him, and he couldn't tell I was from India, and it was a 6-hour journey. And then I told him, hey, from Pakistan. He's like, got a bit startled. His mom on the other hand was texting like, be careful, he's Pakistani. This is 2015 I'm speaking of.
Yeah,
So he said I had a very different view of Pakistan. Like he resembled it to other countries. He's like, and it was so, I mean, camels and caves. Like I'm like, what Pakistan are you speaking of?
yeah.
So when we got the chance to make content differently, and the views are still the same, people still, because our media social media is far more penetrative than any other entertainment form of video that I've seen, right?
Is it like wouldn't you say our dramas are far more like popular in India?
But they're also not showing a lot of different sides to us, right? There is no drama on perhaps tech or cultural exchange. Like I made a
Like it's not a
wedding.
real life
It's not a real
showcase,
life
yeah.
show.
Yeah,
Like
we're
the
not,
biggest revealing was I had a friend who's Catholic. I went to her wedding at a church. I posted
I
it.
saw the video.
Hit 3 million because it got views from India, and the most of the comments were like, "We thought it's Goa." And I'm like, why do you think it's Goa, right? And in every wedding, I did like a Hindu wedding. They're like, oh, how are they safe? So my biggest regret here is it's not that I'm banned and I don't have access to Indian audience anymore, but I do feel like there was a great exchange of culture that we were able to connect, even though these two countries cannot ever meet at the moment. But I felt like that was such a big loss to sharing our experiences that, hey, like, we were also there.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and it's like I think there's no other country we share more with, to be very honest.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
that's what the
absolutely.
loss. That's why loss is bigger. But speaking of political content, you still have the most political content, right? Out of everyone here,
I guess, yeah.
So how do you generally find reception to that? Like leaving wars aside, because that's when people are hysteric. But generally, what issues do you feel like are difficult to talk about in Pakistan or generally?
There's some words, unfortunately, I do, like there's some, like, yeah, the mental health, because I'm very like left-leaning politically, and I think even for like some liberals, I'm very, even for their taste, I'm left-leaning, so that's tough. And then obviously talking about even just general social issue like women's rights or something, one side will be calling you pick me, one side will be calling you wrong, one side will be saying you're like Yahudi sazish. So uska it obviously affects your mental health as well. But there are some topics that I'm scared to talk about, and that sucks for me as well. But I'm trying to figure out, I think what keeps me going is I do feel like a change, incremental, but it's coming, and I'm seeing that creators, even male creators now, are becoming a bit more comfortable talking about issues that they might not have been when I started.
Okay.
And the backlash is not, yes, it's still there, but it's not as harsh as it was when I once began. And I'm an optimist now. So I would like to think that, inshallah, one day there will be a change. So that kind of gives me the drive to keep talking about it. And then I also think there's no point in having a platform if you're not using it to at least either spread some awareness or try to promote some form of, like awareness. So you have to use it for good.
And then, like, whatever backlash there is. How do you generally deal with negative comments?
I
I think that's for everyone.
So
Any
pehle
other
to,
creator
like,
here.
I still
You go last.
I just talked pretty much like that.
And my response is short this time.
I met one person and a flower grew out there.
Yeah, it does get to me. It's still to this day, I don't like, it's hard because I think us as humans, we have an innate thing where 99 positive, 1 hate, will be thinking about that hate all day. So wo mushkil hai, but you get enough good stuff, and now I think I've read more. So pehle it was just like, these are my opinions and I know these are correct, but now I have that knowledge of, okay, I've actually read the theory and this stuff and I've talked to people about this, so I know I'm right now. And usse thoda, like, I can argue with people in the comments that are, like, in like a healthy manner. To tu main nahi hoti. And also, yeah,
You just get on with it.
yeah, you
don't
kind of
let
get
it
on
live.
with it. You don't think about it. I think now, like, the sadness is kind of anger now. I'm like, you want to fight? Let's fight. So now I have to control that, where I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I can't engage with every hate comment. That's an issue I have these days. I love replying to comments. It's kind of fun.
It's hardest on Twitter, man. That's where it should
I
get
quit
for you.
Twitter.
You
Twitter
quit
is,
Twitter?
I regret that I wasted some of my best years on that.
Like after the Musk takeover?
Yeah, man, it's became super downhill, but also like,
पाकिस्तान में बैन भी हो गया था ना. अब जब बैन हटा था, I've had some good times on Twitter.
so I like I didn't post anything. I logged back in. I was like, yo, this is. I remember the heydays.
It's also the jokes start there.
Yeah,
Usually.
they do.
Jokes start there, then they become a screenshot with some music and come on Instagram like 3 days later. Like, so it's a. So how do you get like what kind of hate do you get and how do you deal with it?
No, I mean, I get some hate ke, oh, you're gay. Sahi hai.
So strange.
Yeah, like, okay, fine, sahi hai. Like, my whole thing is I don't care. And like I know someone's not going to come up to me and be like, you're gay. I know
I
they're
mean,
not
even
going
if
to
they
do
do,
that.
like, what's yeah, you deal with
Samaj
it.
logon ka endless story, na, what more can you do? So like, my things, I don't care. I genuinely don't care one bit.
That's very healthy.
That's
great.
घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता. They don't know me, I don't know them. They can go on their merry way, I can go on my merry way. सही है. जो कहना है कहो.
Okay. And what kind of, like, and how do you differentiate between good criticism versus hate? Like, is sometimes, like, do you think people, like, मैं जब YouTube पे video डालता हूँ, हर तरह की चीज़ें आती हैं. And like, I think YouTube comments is like somehow everyone's confessional. तो आगे एक बंदा आके मुझे बोल रहा है मेरा USDT wallet में फंस गया है, ये मेरा वो है, वो एड्रेस है, आप प्लीज बताएं किसे. मैं कहा bro, मतलब what's this, how random. But so have you, like, do you feel like your content has improved based on the comments?
Yes. Because I'll tell you, biggest, like, people will be like, listen, love the work, but it's always a compliment, but this. And you're like, okay, this person actually enjoys my work.
Yeah.
This person wants my work to be better. Iski suno. That's how I look at it. And even if someone's like, okay, you should improve this. I'm like, should I improve this? Yes, I should. Let's do it. What's the worst that could happen?
No, like that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I mean that's all. Sometimes, but at some level, you also have to retain your individuality, right?
Yeah.
कि यार सही है. I think you think I should do this, but मेरे ख्याल से ये बेहतर है.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean that it's easier to get lost in it. But Osamah, what about you? What kind of hate have you gotten?
I get on the choice of language sometimes, but that's also not on Instagram. Like my content automatically goes on Facebook, and when it gets picked up, आपको मौत आ रही है उर्दू बोलने में. That's the most.
ये एक issue होता है.
And there are people like credible, like I would get these comments from a television host. I took a screenshot one time. I was like, "What do you do?" And then I saw she's an active personality, TV anchor on TV.
And she was like, "आप उर्दू क्यों नहीं बोलते?"
नहीं आपको मौत आ रही है उर्दू बोलने में, you know, like.
That's aggressive.
And I feel like sometimes you think in the language, like great ideas. Like for example, like Urdu had been our primary language, but of course over time English took over, and you start thinking in a certain language, and that's how ideas get generated mostly, because of the pool of work that I'm trying to put out. It's very diverse in terms of everything, and I feel like if it's thought in a certain language, it has to be put out in that certain language, and there's no like preference. It's just that it comes more naturally now versus any other language, but language becomes one. Then I feel hate in terms of every time you pick up an issue, especially when there's a social issue, there are always two sides to it, which is something you can't really reason against. So I really stopped speaking on most of the items because it's not great for mental health. And I feel my platform had always been positive, and I just want to now stick towards that. And sometimes I just put up stories if I really feel, but as a creator, I also feel it's too much. We can't pick up every social issue because unfortunately we live in a country, there's something bad happening every day.
And the world that we live in.
And the world as well. So I've kind of pulled myself out from that particular place.
One thing about Urdu versus English, like, do you think, like, what made you guys all just make content in English? मैं अपना बता देता हूँ. मेरा तो ये था कि शुरू पहली एपिसोड मैंने की and हमने वेंचर कैपिटल में बात की 3.5 घंटे and सबने बड़ी माइंडफुल होके उर्दू में बात की. But then there were people who commented saying कि यार हमें Spotify पे सुनना है, Apple Music सुनना है और इंग्लिश में कर रहे हैं क्योंकि हम बाहर बैठे हुए हैं और हमें इतनी अच्छी उर्दू नहीं आती वगैरह, हमें पाकिस्तान के उसका सीखना है. So then we started speaking in English and then people were like उर्दू में क्यों नहीं बात करते? And we like यार हमारा बड़ा niche channel है and we can, like, you know, like it's really anyone who wants to learn entrepreneurship in Pakistan would know English mostly, right? And there would be some people, but वो थोड़ा fringe हो जाता है, मतलब उसकी हमें उसके लिए इतना relevant भी नहीं है content. But so how did you guys like stumble upon कि language ये रखनी है?
I don't know.
You just like,
But now I'm trying to do more Urdu now, and it's like, yeah, when I do English, people say speak Urdu. When I speak Urdu, people say do English, or they say like include subtitles. But for me, it's like I'm kind of very aware of the fact that my Urdu is not good, so I'm trying to improve it enough that I can get my ideas across. I think I'm trying for more Urdu now, but when it gets into like my heavy opinions and like the long videos, I'm like, I have to do this in English. I don't have the capacity to do this in Urdu.
Okay, all right. And but like, do you think this limits your audience?
Yeah,
It does.
It does.
my audience was global, and then it's like this now. Like it becomes more niche. So now it's like more South
still
Asian.
like South Asian people across the world is huge.
Oh yeah.
audience,
No,
yeah.
it's like Desis all over the world.
Desis
I
all
wouldn't
over
say
the
it's
world.
just like. Just
Are you
South
also
Asian.
banned in India?
No,
You're not.
not that I'm aware of. I don't,
You
yeah, I
should
don't think
check.
so.
Yeah, put on a VPN.
I didn't get a like people got a notification. I didn't get a
fine.
notification.
Okay,
So
fine.
I don't think I am.
I think I do realize that when I was making content in Urdu right beginning, it was hitting a lot of views. But then I realized that since the platform is moving towards showcasing a positive side or a more niche into that, then English would allow us to give access to any kind of audience, right?
Yeah.
And because it's how algorithms work, anything could show up to anybody, and I would want that person to understand what we're saying, and English happens to be the global language. So then I just stick to that until there's a request comes in. But the unfortunate part is that I posted on TikTok, I don't have the time to then translate it, and then I ask people, even though I had like great grades in Urdu, but it doesn't count when you start putting it into writing.
Okay.
So like to translate it and then say it, it just becomes a bit. But on Facebook, Urdu would do really well. YouTube, Urdu would do really well.
Do you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, 100%.
And it does well?
It does. So it kicks off. Like I would say some of the videos which got like million views on Facebook in 5 minutes, but the audience is so different.
Really?
Yeah, it's
very
like that's. So how is it different though? Older?
The older,
Of course, yeah.
a lot of expats would use Facebook, but I've noticed certain kind of age would definitely get more following. But it somehow picked up. I didn't do much about it. I just repost the same thing. But it's not a choice of brands anymore. So, you also have to be selective about where do you think more people are growing and joining in. So brand would only invest into a platform where there are newer people joining in. So especially like these new creators, they took Insta. So they know that more people are joining Insta, more people would follow them. So we'd want to invest into the same categories. So, which is why Meta as Facebook does not become like a great platform for endorsement. So I don't want to specifically make content for Facebook because I know there is no return. We haven't been still monetized there. I'm not getting paid by the views, even though it should have been activated for us. But because Pakistani views have not been activated, so I don't get any incentive there. So I put extra effort and time to build that.
So yeah, let's get into the monetization aspect, right? Content creators Pakistan mein paise kaise kamate hain? Like how do content creators make
Sponsorships.
money? Just sponsorships?
Yeah, that's
Just
a
sponsorships.
brand.
That's it?
Yeah.
So you would
There
say
could be more
Event appearances.
event appearances.
okay.
But then you post on your story and then
Yeah.
what?
You get you are
Do you
there.
get paid for
Yeah,
that?
bro.
Yeah, bro. Like
Shit.
Time by the hour.
I think this is great for the
I
young
can see the
people and
cogs turning in your head right now.
it's okay. I found out very late as well. If it makes you
Yeah.
feel better. You found out 8 months into it. I found out like 3 years into it. I was like, what?
मैं तो ऐसे ही जा रहा था
मैं तो फ्री खाने के लिए जा रहा था
मुझे तो वो भी नहीं मिलता.
But now it has started, so it's good, no?
Yeah.
I mean, we are. The thing is that we don't have any because it's so unregulated, yet regulated in the
Yeah.
sense. But event appearances definitely.
But what does that entail? So you go and you post
Sure.
about the event as well? But you also post about it?
Some just appearances, man. Because they have their own crew as well.
So they just put you.
they just they'll post. So it's like, hey, Ansar and Osamah, Nael and Usher were here. Like,
Yeah. I feel like because we have to also see the concept of celebrities has diminishing over time period and has diminished quite a lot. And because we do feel that there's more trust into these individuals, so there's a face value that all of these creators now bring on to. So if you are requesting for time, it should be monetized and paid for. Nael, let's do that session again.
Shots fired. Okay, which brand are you roasting right now?
So while there could be a lot more avenues for us, but Pakistan, QK view monetization, affiliate marketing hasn't really picked up for us. There's no lot of transparency there because people do make a lot of money from that too. Subscription services on Instagram could also be a great avenue, but we don't have it. Like
still don't
people,
have it, yeah.
we don't have it still. So right now,
I think we do.
No.
Akram has one.
his account may not be built on Pakistan.
Irfan Janejo has one.
Could be the same, but
But
we
it's
don't have
not
it.
going out to every creator like at
Yeah.
the same rate.
But
Like, for
still-
example, broadcast channels, right?
Yeah.
I don't have that.
It
feature.
takes
How do
time.
you get it on Instagram?
You just have it.
You just
and then,
have
like,
it.
I hit up the Instagram people. I was like, yo, what's the deal, right? And then they were like, oh, you gotta wait because some features reach other creators faster. and then
Which
some
does
people
not
don't
make
get
sense.
it.
Yeah,
It
there was
doesn't
not
make
this
sense.
day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we were just discussing. He's like, "Oh, your comments are off on stories." I was like, "Is that a thing?"
Yeah.
And then we went to settings. Ansar's had comments on stories activated. I did not even have the option. I was like,
Okay.
so like not everyone has the same Insta. Like we're all using some beta.
Yeah,
version.
exactly. Really different.
They do push out all the apps. They put out multiple versions.
Yeah.
And if they're releasing a new feature first, they just send it to randomly selected users across the world, and then they see how it
So
responds.
brand endorsement still remains number one.
So,
Yeah.
so how does one like how do you guys deal with brands? Like how do you do they approach you, and then how do you pick the brand you want to work with, or do you not pick?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Nael
you
should just
Yeah.
learned in 2
You
weeks.
should pick, and if they send you, they send you a brief, okay?
Okay.
If the brief is not your style, don't do it. Argue with them. कि listen, मैं नहीं करना. Because okay, this is not hate to Irfan Janejo, but if you can't afford Irfan Janejo, don't call me. Be like, can you make an Irfan Janejo video? No, I can't. I can make a reviews with Nael video. I can't make an Irfan Janejo video because I'm not Irfan Janejo. Just because you can't afford him doesn't mean that mujhe call karo. What the hell is going on here? So like, if you want something, you have to argue to get it done in your own style.
Yeah.
Because the second you get rid of your own style,
There's no point.
there's no point.
There's
Why
no
are you paying me?
individuality.
They don't understand what sells you as a creator.
Exactly.
They-
Like they're not gonna get their return. You're not gonna get your views, right? Everyone loses.
But do the brands really push for it, or do they just
I've
like?
had some of them are stupid. The stupid ones, you shouldn't work with the stupid ones.
Okay. But what about you? How's your experience been with brands, and typically like how do you pick them?
Yes. So now I have. First it was this that I sift through, see who I like match my vibes with. I also I don't like doing a lot of ads because I kind of hate creators who you like their style, you like their videos, and then you subscribe to them, and then they just put 7 ads in a row, and I'm like, why did I follow you? So I try to keep my thing as less ads as possible. तो उससे I used to just sift through, see who I would vibe with, and I also don't like promoting stuff that I myself wouldn't do.
That's-
Okay.
And because I don't want to lie to my followers. But now I don't have time. So I have a talent agency and I have a manager. So she and the talent agency has brands on retainers. And some other brands that approach me who specifically want Ansar, I'll just direct them to my manager and they can discuss rates. My manager, if it passes that test, then she passes it on to me where she's like, do you want to work with them? I'll be like, send me the brief, same. I'll look at it. If I can, I like the rates, I like the whatever, then I'll be like, sure.
Okay. And what about you, Ashar? Like, what kind? So, do brands differ? Like, do brands have the strategy कि यार ये इस तरह का content बनाता है और मुझे इसकी तरफ ही जाना है? Or do they not care? Like,
Depends.
आप इरफान जुनेजो वाला content बनाते हैं.
Brand itself.
It all depends. Yeah.
Depends.
Some have a very set vision. They'll get 5 influencers and they want those 5 to make the exact same type of video.
Yeah.
It's a
Makes no
template.
sense, yeah.
Or sometimes they want you for you. Like they want your brand. And I think those are nicer to work
It's always
with.
better, yeah.
They're always better.
But
And even the audience likes those.
yeah,
The audience loves it when you're you. They don't care.
Because
if
that's
it's-
what they're following you for.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I was to, for example, मैं ये आपको पानी बेच रहा हूँ, and I'm selling it to you in reviews with Nael way. मैं
It'll be fun. I'll buy it.
Yeah, like if I'm standing in front of Fair, Assalamu alaikum, Nazreen, ये पानी है ले लो. Someone will be like, okay, fair enough. But if I'm standing, did you know पानी के अंदर H2O होता है? They'd be like, what are you saying? ये क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? क्या comedy चल रही है ये?
Fair enough. I mean, that's also pretty compelling. पानी के अंदर H2O.
I think you should definitely review water. I would want that.
Everyone knows the boycott.
Yo.
Never
I think it's a
mind.
good video idea, man.
It
Just
would be
buy
good.
all the fancy water as well and just review it and probably do some blind
I've done
testing as
TDS testing one, but you should do it in terms of taste.
well. Yeah.
You should smell.
Pani reviews.
It's
of
giving
Nael.
collabs.
the sillage, no sillage,
No
0 out of 10.
Ajay, so what are brands typically looking for? Like, what metrics do they judge you on, or what metrics do they ask for once they do a deal with you? And right now we're talking about Instagram. Like, you guys are all primarily Instagram.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So this is an Instagram episode. So what typically are they looking at? Followers, or is some other metric more important?
Followers.
They look at followers first, and then
Yeah.
after they've sponsored you, they're like, okay, send us all the details. Like I worked with a brand, and they were like, this is the link that I want on your story or whatever, right? And they're like, how many people clicked on that?
Yeah.
And from those people, how many people do you think bought our product? You know?
They should know.
They should know
They,
that.
they should know, but then
that.
they started interviewing me, and I was like,
Yeah, then that person's
honestly,
stupid, bro.
100%.
I'm sorry. Sorry if you're
Like,
watching,
it
but you're
depends.
stupid.
It depends on the
You
brand.
answered that?
Huh?
Like, did you answer that?
Yeah,
Like,
I sold myself. It was
As you should.
amazing.
You
you're
should
like
always.
every click resulted in 5 sales. And
Exactly.
those 5 sales resulted in 10 more sales.
But that's where his job ends. Like he's supposed to compel them to click.
Yeah.
That's
After that, it's
exactly.
the brand's job. Okay, like I'm opening the website. Are you compelling me enough to buy something?
I think that's where I really feel strongly about that. A lot of times people would say that creators can be used in 2 ways. One, it could be just for awareness or building trust, or B, it could be just to be salesy, right? There's no right or wrong here.
Yeah.
Salesy people can sell if they want to, if that's what they get clicks on. That's how the
Who
entire
are good
market operates.
salesy creators?
Irfan,
Irfan Janejo.
Mariam Raja is pretty good as well.
Would you say they're salesy?
Junaid
though?
Akram.
Sanan Saleh.
Ah,
He's,
Sanan.
Junaid Akram's the best, bro. I bought a power bank because of him.
What?
Yeah, I was like, damn. I just bought a power bank. I was so happy.
say?
It was a skit. I'm like, damn. I was so invested. Anyway, it's just a power bank. I'm like, I'm buying this. This is amazing.
Just to support it.
I would say
What?
Nile also.
Nael
Because
is
I'm
good.
buying perfumes now because I was
Nael is literally holding a product like this.
Assalamu alaikum.
Because I'm like, bro, I like whatever perfumes you tell me, I'll buy. You know?
That's a
So-
lot of perfumes, man. But I honestly I do look at his thing कि यार मुझे एक perfume लेना है. मैंने अब तक कुछ लिया नहीं है लेकिन देखे बहुत सारे हैं.
I always feel like niche really helps to build
Yeah.
that credibility. But the thing is that maybe fragrance market is not that huge. So it limits you as a creator if you are in Pakistan. We have more food, fashion.
I think that also helps you because, okay, at least for me, there was, aside from 2 or 3 people, there was really no one else I had to compete with. If you go into food, here vadde 50 log khade hain
It helps you bring an identity. 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
That maybe for endorsements, that did it limit you? It would.
It initially did. After 100K, that then international brands start reaching out.
Wow.
Because
big.
yeah, so they're like, oh, we have never worked with a Pakistani before. How do we send you money? They're like, "Ab ye kya hai? How do we send you the
money is one of the best messages.
yeah. How do we send you money? I had like someone message me ke, like we're sending you the stuff. I'm like, how? You're in India. They're like, what? They're like, okay, sorry, my bad, bro. I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll go to Dubai. So I was in Dubai and I got it there. So I reviewed it in Dubai.
Oh wow.
I was like, fine, fair enough.
But I am invested to know because you two are fairly new. That have you had payment issues?
Yes.
Not really, no. I'm very selective with the brands that I work with.
Okay.
Like you said earlier, if it's not a product that I would use, then
How
I'm
would
not
you
gonna-
assess that these guys gonna be?
I
Good?
tell them, like, I got on a call with the brand recently and I was like, you send me the product. If I don't like it, I will be sending it back. I cannot do
That's
something.
great. I think that's a
That's
healthy.
that's
how it should
what
be.
you should do.
That's a hard thing
Like,
to do. as
that's
well.
if
how
you
it
go
should
through my entire Instagram, there's like barely any sponsorships, right? I'm very, I respect that as well.
When you look in the mirror, like I respect.
Yeah, no brand sponsorships. But yeah, that's how it goes. And then, like, depending on the brand that you work with, they'll
like
make it
payment
easy.
terms.
You do your research, you know? You can't just like, oh, this brand has 3 followers, send me your cash, I'm ready, right?
Yeah, you
If
have
it's a
to-
big brand and if people actually buy from it, then I'll, work with them and then they don't really have payment issues. But
Yeah.
because I haven't worked with that many brands, like I'm limiting myself, I've never had any issues.
But how do go ahead.
I was gonna say it's funny because my experience has been the bigger the brand, the worse the payment process. The small, medium-sized businesses,
blur so
they're
much
so
time.
sweet. They're
They're
so
so
nice.
They
lovely
will
to
give you
work
in
with.
advance. They'll be like, "Oh, can we do more?"
Yeah.
This is more than enough.
But the big ones, they're just like,
They're like,
कोई अभी मेरे
"Figure it out."
1.5 साल से मेरी payment एक फंसी
Yeah.
हुई है, bro.
That sounds like an agency issue.
No.
No,
How are
I-
agencies in all of this? Like, do you guys how's your experience been working with, or do you guys deal with the brand manager directly, or do you deal with agencies?
This depends, but like there's some agencies which are a pleasure to work with, and there's some agencies which you like, I don't care how much money you're giving me, you can go to hell.
I blacklisted an agency.
Okay,
Can we see which one?
No,
No, we can beep
I'm
it.
very good friends with them. So.
Oh.
But
I
But
say
I had
that-
to blacklist professionally, right?
Okay.
Because payment is promised in 60 days. If it crossed to 300 days,
Oh my
it
God.
does not make sense. And like I can't keep chasing
yeah.
and the work was delivered in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. They want it instantly, लेकिन फिर payment वो
That's for every business in Pakistan.
And they keep making excuses until like I got very inspired by Turkan. I was like, I should ask for payments too. So I messaged the same thing. I'm pulling a Turkan. If you don't give me my payments, then nothing came. Spoke to the owner. He also had excuses. I was like, if
Owner of the agency.
owner of the agency. So he said to me, if they're like, oh, we're in some issue with the brand. It's a big brand I'm speaking of. But I was like, oh, if the brand is an issue, how about I bring both of you on public? I can say this brand hasn't paid this agency. You get paid, I get paid. Everyone's happy. The next day I got payments ready.
Oh,
Just
lovely.
300 days later, like the patience is
Main
also
character moment right there.
very
Gold. And again with the story, man. What the heck?
He's gonna go last. Don't worry about it.
So can I bitch about an agency?
Go for it.
Oh my god, I want
I'm
to.
working with them now.
Which
They
one?
just messaged me.
I want to kill myself. I hate. I want to kill myself
Don't
when I
tell me.
speak.
I'm gonna say no now.
No. Depends. Okay.
He's also feeling bad.
वो पैसे time पे दे देते हैं. That's not the issue.
Sir.
They fucking are like, नहीं. Wait, Irfan Junejo. This is Irfan Junejo. I said like, listen, I'm not Irfan Junejo.
You know what you guys should do is tell them pehle se ke you're allowed, like let's say like 2 shoot revisions and maybe like 1 voiceover revision or like 1 editing revision. Uske baad like tell me what you want. Because this like thing where it's like you keep I refuse brands. I'll be like no, like I'm not gonna take another because I have to take a day out of like my work or something. So time nahi hota yaar, mazak bana.
I had them. They made me refilm a video because of the way I was pronouncing noir.
You're saying it correctly
N-O-I-R.
though.
That's how you say that. Noir hota hai, sir. Noir.
Nah, ain't
I'm
no
like
way.
that's
Is that a
not.
paper?
Huh?
What is it?
Black in French.
It's black. It's
Like
no.
drug
it's
cartel.
What's a product?
It was
Perfume. Okay.
The
It
word
was a
noir is
deodorant.
black in French.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a good. The product was amazing. Like I bought 10 for my dad, and then they're like, "नहीं आप ऐसे आप noir बोले." I'm like, that's how I speak. Are you have an issue with how
No,
I
that's
speak?
not how you say. That's
I was
like
like, मैं ऐसे ही बोलता हूँ. मैं कुछ show में मारने की
Like
कोशिश नहीं कर रहा.
Pakistani audience noyer ही बोलेगी ना. So they need
I was
to.
like,
But what a
bro,
name to
what's
put for
your
Pakistani
You
audience.
reshot the whole thing just because of
No, I fought them. They made me reshoot for a million different reasons.
Yeah.
And then there's this Indian guy. His name's Professor Panache. Like he's that really, the gentleman guy. Like
idea.
I'll show you video. I'm sure you guys have seen his videos. So I messaged him. I'm like, bro, how do you say this word? He's like, noir. I said recorded it. He's got like 700K followers. I sent it to him. I said, dude, he's saying it. What do you want me to do? Like if he's saying it, मैं क्या करूँ?
Did they understand at the end?
Then they're like, okay, fine.
But we're cutting half your pay.
Okay, fine. I just hate working them. I've worked with them twice with pain both times. यही drama है.
But do agencies charge more for you from the brands?
Yes.
That's how the model works.
That's how they work.
I was gonna say like my agency, like I like being hands off now because I've like music bhi kar raha hu, jo bhi everything family as well. So my agency is actually great in that thing. They will sift through it, then they'll also bargain on my behalf to make sure. Like I think I'm like they take their cut, but I'm probably making more even after my cut than I would have been if I was negotiating myself. Because they know the industry rates and stuff. So it depends agency to agency, like
I mean, they're great to some are. I mean, now also there's a lot of plethora of new agencies that come in.
हर जगह से आ
They're
रही है.
trying to change things, but you can have good bad days.
Yeah. 100%.
So another way to like monetize your content, typically for content creators, is to do their own products. Is anyone in Pakistan doing a good job at it or doing any job at it? Or-
Shavir Jaffrey, perfume brand.
Okay.
Mass of the perfume brand. Everyone just says perfume brand. Shit.
Why aren't you launching a perfume? It's like such a natural.
I'm not at that point where I think I'd be able to pull it off the right way.
Why? What does it mean?
I mean, okay, the best way to go about it is importing oils from Dubai.
Yeah.
Cost too much money, not enough for me to justify
No.
it.
What about working with an existing perfume?
I don't want to
manufacturer?
do that.
Why?
I talked to one, ड्रामे उनके चलेगा नहीं, आप extra पैसे डालें, let me
Who
be.
did you speak to?
The people who do it for Latafa, it's the Arabian brand.
Okay.
So I spoke to them, and they were like,
They're
like
good.
1.5 crore rupees.
What?
They asked you for 1.5 crore?
Yeah, like,
I thought you said they were paying that.
no, hell no, bro. I would have done that. I would have done that
Not a
tomorrow.
single tear out of my eye. Okay, you turned out. Achha, that's asking for
They
that.
were like 1.5 crore. I was like, what?
But what you could do is create your own scent with a lot of these other signature brands.
Yeah.
Before.
But
starting.
Latafa is huge. Isn't that what they were asking
But they
to
were asking
create
for
like
money.
a?
No. It was your brand just made in our factory.
Oh.
Because a lot of Pakistani
Achha,
brands get this shit made from Latafa.
Yeah.
So
I know,
yeah. So I was like, अगर करने तो do it the right way. Otherwise, you could go to Sadr, Botal Gali se banwao, but
Yeah, like I know like this brand, Sense and Stories.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
The guy's done phenomenally well. Like
Really,
I met
really
him
well.
early on in his journey, and since then that company is, and they make brands that I mean I have never heard of them, right? Like, but they sell in Pakistan.
They sell
Like
like
they sell a lot.
hotcakes, bro.
As a dupe house?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
difference.
Okay.
Replicas of anything that you could imagine.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
Are they good?
They are pretty good.
I've worked with them.
EDP
They're
or
good.
EDT?
EDP. I think X-Straight rip off.
X-Straight,
EDP
yeah.
छोड़ दो. They have no idea what we're talking
Yeah, I
about.
don't
They have no idea what
No, don't
we
look at
just
me. I
said.
know.
You were part of it. You
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
He was listening while throwing it back. He's like, I remember this. Okay. X-Straight beer. And it's actually X-Straight, yeah, I mean.
Actually, I've tried it. It was good.
So you should work with them.
I have worked with them.
No, matlab, in the sense, make your own scent with them.
It's a conversation
have a
to be
story,
had.
You could. There are
That's
two
a
couple of
convers-
brands I could also help you with. They wanted to make a coffee brand with me that just smells like coffee. I was like,
Yeah, we're gonna get fucked. The whole episode where beep, beep, like.
beep, beep, beep. But I think it's good because you see, like, it's an industry,
Yeah.
and we have to see them sooner or later. So not here to. We're just trying to get things improved.
Yeah.
But I think.
But
for-
have you ever tried to like build like so someone like you could probably start a food brand?
I just started now as a social enterprise. The sugar hai that I just
Yeah.
started. So
Tell us more about that. Like,
it's a deep story. Then you're like, again, it's story time.
Make him go last.
But it's,
Anyone else have brands or something?
No, okay. I can start off.
Yeah, just start back.
I was 14 years old, just a few years younger than you guys are today.
It's been like.
And I was going to, I was just walking down the street and there were two kids talking. I think Ansar has heard this story today, just today in the morning.
Oh, you told me when you like brought me on board as well.
Yeah, 100%. These two were talking, and by the looks of it, I could say from a lower income class, and they were fighting across who's richer. तो वही बच्चा बोलता है तुम बहुत अमीर हो, वो कहता नहीं तुम बहुत अमीर हो, and they were debating this. And then the other kid says, no, you are very rich because you have kaleji every day for dinner. And for me to think about how that becomes a primary source of protein for them, and I got home and I remember telling this to my mom that, you know, this was a good discussion, and somehow we have a choice into what we eat versus this is like the best meal they could have. And then, you know, 15 years down the line, when I wanted to start something of my own, I wanted it to be more about giving something beyond. And my family had a small scale livestock farming, which they operate annually, but they wanted me to get on board, but I didn't want to do anything commercial right away. So I thought, how can I make it sustainable, which is for good impact, but also has a business aspect to it. And we've had a couple of conversations on getting it legalized, because I was like, I don't want to because it's very new for me. So then we thought of building a platform which is called Shukar Hai. Shukar is basically a term that a lot of people use across. Like Shukar Hai, ye acha ho gaya, Shukar Hai, ye wo ho gaya. So a platform built just that you could celebrate with others when you're also happy. Like if you get good grades, you know, there's a treat with your friends, but could it be a treat for people beyond as well? So we do meals of gratitude. So what you do is like you just pick a meal and we cook that meal for you with the proteins that we have from the livestock, mutton, beef, and we cook it into a perfect meal, and then we distribute it to people all across, so who may not get access to the same kind of meals that we have. And just today, Ansar really helped me with distributing 50 meals, and yesterday 100 meals to different parts of Karachi.
Today was Liari. Yesterday was at like a underprivileged school. Like they go there for free, and it's like mazdoor ke bache hote hain, and then they learn like basic stuff to help them obviously grow out of that background. So it's very rewarding. I think it's a great initiative.
No, that's a very, 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 like, I also think like people don't know how to distribute very reliably either.
Yeah, too.
Like even if you want to do it, how do you like go ahead
Go
and
about
put
it.
like, and then just puts people off कि यार मैं अब कौन बैठ के भी बनाएगा,
किसको पैसे जाएंगे,
किसको पैसे
पैसे
जाएंगे,
जाएंगे,
पता नहीं कोई खाएगा भी नहीं खाएगा, and then it just ends up not happening at all. So this is the layer of transparency in this like really helps.
So we did just like a soft launch, because I was expecting like 300 meals in 3 days. So I was like, I'm already there with like, because when you cross 100 meals where we want to distribute because of the logistics, but we did 300. I was like, I need to stop. I need to first figure out my model because I don't know how the logistics would do, because right now I'm just using my own resources because gosht aa raha hai, it's getting cut. It's very labor intensive, I would say, but very rewarding. That's just starting off things because I want to get into that entrepreneurial mindset because I've done corporate for 8 years. But hopefully there will be new things coming up because I feel like now a lot of avenues have opened up in terms of building stuff. So very excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, the previously जिस तरह businesses होते थे, you first built a product and then you were like, चलो अब मैं लोगों को बेचना शुरू करता हूँ. Now it's like first you build distribution.
Yeah.
You're like, ये मेरी audience है, अब मैं इसको क्या क्या बेच सकता हूँ. So you can either sell other people's stuff or you can sell your own things. So evolution typically for most creators, like Mr. Beast makes money from the snacks that he sells, chocolate bars. Like YouTube payments and other brands तो करता ही नहीं है वो. He just sells his own things, and that's where they make the most money.
Like it doesn't always have to be tangible. Like Ansar is using his platform to make music, right? I think that could somehow also fit into starting your own thing. What do
Yeah,
you
of
think?
course.
Music is not very lucrative.
I mean, till it's like till it picks up.
is,
Yeah.
I guess, but that's not what I'm
Neither
doing.
is this. This isn't lucrative till it is.
What?
Yeah.
What is
Like,
it?
this is also
Content
lucrative
creation?
for like 1%, right? Like 1%
Yeah,
of
this
content
is-
creators are actually making money.
Yeah, majority are just getting.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
It also depends on if you're trying to get into the business for money, right? Like, for example, over here, you guys are all like working for the cash, right?
I mean,
Sometimes.
We didn't start off with that.
but this is
Yeah.
this is
I
what
still don't.
this is
like
what
I don't make content for money.
Okay, yeah. So
what
like,
pays the
that's
bills for all
My
of you guys?
parents.
Same answer. Yes, I agree with that one.
Sure, it's
Everyone
good
who's
to make
above
some money.
20.
I would.
Yeah.
But that's
Oh,
not
you
my
work? Where
primary
do you work?
incentive.
Yeah.
You know?
Huh?
No, I'm not talking.
Okay, fine.
I think it's best when you start off without putting monetization at first because, like I said, we've been doing it for 10 years. Money just came now.
Okay.
But I was doing corporate until Jan this year. I was doing a job full time
Yeah.
to make
But what
sure.
made you like then do this professionally?
I took a leap of faith. I was like, I've done so much corporate that what if I put a year into just making content? Like nothing would go to waste. And I thought it's about time. But also I feel because I wanted to take another step of business, so I still don't, because see, just relying on content just for income is also very risky.
Yeah, you know.
Because
how
if
to-
platforms get banned, you have this like
Algorithms can change.
algorithms can
Yeah.
change. You can get cancelled. You know, anything could happen.
Yeah.
So your worth is until when you are.
But you can always just go back to a job.
Yeah, but would you want to?
हाँ, want खत्म हो गया, but अगर cancel हो गया, platform खत्म हो गया,
मुझे तो मजबूरी है.
That's why we need to
मजबूरी है.
diversify into multiple revenue
Yeah.
streams and maybe start off your own businesses. I really enjoyed corporate, but I do feel I also now enjoy the freedom of choosing when I want to work.
That's
and I
true.
do feel it's about your preferences. There's no right and wrong again here. I keep have to give disclaimers around.
Yeah, of course.
But I do feel now I felt like I need to just take that step because every day I was having a conversation with my parents. I was like, can I leave my job? Because you can't think of doing anything else,
makes sense.
right? And it's like a corporate cycle. Because my parents.
Corporate life sucks.
Yeah, it's
dude.
like a 9
Oh.
baje पहुंचो office, right? And that's a very different life.
Yeah, and for startups, if you're too dedicated, then it doesn't end for you. And you keep, because I was like, ever since we've grown up, like, पहले parents से permission लो, parents के बाद आप अपने corporate में जाके
Boss से
boss से permission लो, and that never ends until you retire. So I was like, I don't want to live with permission. Like, even to think of it, like if you say, like, I want to go on vacation, like, no, you can't. You have to.
Yeah, you have
have
like
to-
20 days a
You
year.
have to have 20 days a year. So our priorities are changing. Thanks to now the systems is now no longer, it's getting fragmented. We're able to do our things. We're more aware. Like the fact that I'm so happy and proud of the two creators here because at age of 18, they have explored so much that they can, you know, if they decide not to become doctors, it cannot be like a very, very bad decision, right? For us, it was like, what do you mean?
हाँ, उस time पे
There
तो
was
नहीं
no
It's more
awareness of
normalized
it,
now,
right?
I think.
Nael could
This is a career now. It was
work
never
on a
career
perfume
before for anyone in the world.
आपको वैसे now
and make more money.
after this conversation I should launch a brand.
No, like you've spent
I'll
5
speak
years
to you
in
about
med
it.
school.
Sure.
Yeah,
spent
we'll
5 years
get
in
our
med
cuts
school.
in order. Giving you the idea.
And like the what's that name? That Ali Abdal.
Yeah.
See, he was a doctor. He was doing things when nobody made sense out of it. Now we all watch his videos and we're like, okay.
And he makes quite a bit of money a year. Like, it's
100%.
Yeah, it's
He
like
keeps saying, like,
$5-6 million a year.
easy.
Yeah.
And he's based out of Pakistan.
Maybe even
once.
more, actually.
He was born in Karachi.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He was
I
born-
was तो London का ही है.
he moved to London later on, but he's born here. So I feel like there are a lot of success stories that we just have to take that step.
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. Like in Pakistan, who do you think are the like who is making the most money, like content creator space? Like, let's just stick to Instagram, for example. Forget YouTubers. कौन पैसे बना रहा है सबसे ज़्यादा?
That's a question for Google, honestly.
Like in terms of
we
just
answer
brand,
I don't know. I'm
like
not,
in terms of like obviously you would
whoever
have-
has the most following probably makes.
or whoever does the
You
who
mean
does
like-
a lot of
like per video?
brands, huh?
I mean, like per video.
Or whoever gets the most endorsements.
Ducky Bhai, maybe.
No.
Why is YouTube?
Easy.
Oh, but that's different.
That's a whole different.
They don't get the same ones we get. They get a totally different
I
class.
thought we were talking about creators in general.
Creators in general, sure. YouTubers, I mean, Muru does this for his, like, that's it. This is his main profession, and he does well on it. And then there's your Rajab Bhatt and your Ducky Bhai and all who do daily vlogging. They make quite a bit of money. Like publicly, what Ducky Bhai has said, he makes like 4 crore rupees a month. So
I know another YouTuber who gets paid by an agency on retainer 15 lakh a month.
What?
Yeah.
To do what?
To just make his
I feel like
videos.
YouTube is where the money
And
is.
then-
dog.
Why is an agency paying him though?
Because whatever
Just
brand deals he
retainer.
gets,
Oh,
they're like, we're taking the money, you take 15 lakh. तुम खुश हो जाते हो? Like, okay.
That's a great. I think that's
Yeah, okay. तो वैसे
bad for the.
bad for that.
but maybe they're making
Yeah.
far more.
That could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
Yeah, so you're like
But then it's a
leaving
stable
money on the
income.
table.
So
That's a very stable.
that's a very stable income. That's a very, very stable income.
But like, so what about like Instagram पे जो models वगैरह हैं? How much do you think? Do you think they're making money through Instagram posts and reels, or do they make money because they're just models?
Just two models. I feel like, see,
Wait, models?
No, but models also the line between model and
influencers.
influencers
Very
are
different.
blurred now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some models are influencers, influencers are models now.
Yeah, but like what I'm trying to get at is whether you get paid because you went to a photo shoot and then
Yes.
the brand paid you say 20 lakh rupees for a shoot because you did X number of dresses, etc. And or do you get paid because you posted some brand? Or
You get
you can get paid for both.
Both. They have to get paid for the photo shoot. No one's
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah,
that for
yeah.
free.
Yeah.
So that has. And then I know one influencer model who he has a separate rate. He'll be like, well, if you want me for your photo shoot, I charge this, and if you want me to post, it's this much on top
Yeah.
of that.
Okay.
So I can be the face on your website, but if you want it on my page, then you have to charge extra for that.
but I think these days a lot of like we're not just. I mean, we could be used as anything. That's the beauty of it. You can't just cage us in anywhere. If I see Nael's face on a billboard selling a perfume, I'll be like, I know this guy, right? But previously, that spot was had by professional models or actors,
just
Celebrities, yeah.
Actors,
So
yeah.
you could use us anywhere, basically. Like we've just seen creators now going into acting, like mainstream, getting
Yeah.
big gigs, creators getting into music, creators getting into entrepreneurs. So I do feel like it just opens up a lot of avenues, and you just decide to think what's best for you.
Okay, so if you guys were starting today, like 0 followers and all, what would be your content strategy and how would you grow a channel today? So say, अगर इसी के साथ साथ एक नया channel खोले.
I'd find something a niche which no one's doing in Pakistan or in India because audience तो वही है. If no one's doing it in Pakistan or India और बाहर वो चल रहा है तो यहाँ भी चलेगा. Fragrances में we did that. इधर बहुत कम लोग कर रहे थे.
Or
बाहर
what if like कोई लोग हैं भी, like you can just do better?
you can, but it has to be different.
Okay.
It has to.
You
be
have to have
different.
your own
Yeah, you
individuality.
can't
Yeah.
just
You
do
have to
the
have your own
same.
thing.
Like, let's take for example his content, right? You can't be like, I want to make a video like Osamah Nasir. Why would they watch you? Why wouldn't they just go and watch him? If I can put a twist on it, then yes, somebody might watch me. But the easiest way is get a niche which hardly anyone's doing in Pakistan or India.
What are some of the niches? Like if you were to start something, top of your head?
Water. And explode.
Golf.
Golf?
Golf.
But that's how many people in Pakistan play golf?
Not.
But then if you're interested in it.
A lot of that's an easy to
your school.
monetize business.
In your school, maybe.
That's an easy to monetize business because golf is an expensive sport. Even if you have 10k followers, you'd make bank.
हाँ, because वो सारे पैसे वाले लोग हैं.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But UK में देखे थे such crazy channels. You've got
हाँ, वो तो of
like
course.
tennis. Like either cricket ka, everyone has a cricket channel. I tell everyone the hardest channel to grow in Pakistan is a cricket channel.
Really?
Because Aslan, what's his name? Aslan Nasir? He's got like 1 million, 1.5
CBA,
million.
yeah,
that
CBA,
dude.
yeah.
You can't compete with that. Matlab, aapki commentary is not going to be better than his, unless you could do something different, of course. So if you, as
What
long
about
as
paddle? Paddle seems to be on
paddle, yes, that's
Paddle's
perfect.
great, yeah.
Paddle's a great thing to go for. So anything which is new and no one else is doing it, it will work as long as you're consistent.
Yeah, and you're doing something of value. So how do you like decide कि यार when you're creating a piece of content, how do you decide on the value that the user will get out of it? Is it more like यार मुझे ये दिल चाह रहा है बोलने का और ये मुझे पसंद आ रहा है, or is it that's your
Yeah,
approach?
like if it's something I would.
You've never thought कि like do you think like why would anyone find this interesting?
No.
If I would
Somebody
watch
will
it,
find
then
it.
I will make it.
Yes.
That's how it works for me.
I think now the only thing I think about is like I just like I know what I want people to do more, which is like care more about some issues that I care about and maybe read more. So it's like what positive aspects of me can I maybe spread to some people? But this is a very recent thought. But pehle to I was just like vibes.
Vibes.
So even right now you're like what content strategy? I'm like I've never had a content strategy.
I do want to ask, like, how do you feel now or before, or how have you been able to overcome, like, when your video does not perform the way you thought it would? Does it hurt?
No. No.
No,
I
you-
don't look at metrics that much. It's again, if I like a video, if I saw someone else make that video and I enjoy it, then I'm okay with it. It doesn't really, metrics don't really matter too much to me. And thank God that I have had good performing videos so far. So a little flex over there. I feel like.
I mean, अल्लाह के हाथ में चल गया तो चल गया, नहीं चला तो नहीं चला, कोई ना कोई मैंने गुनाह किया होगा.
And I was in God, you also like upon Allah,
Very
you know.
self-flagellating.
Yeah, bro, I must have done something.
Sinned.
You can tell you just create
बस the next step है, या अल्लाह sorry यार, इसलिए पे views ज़्यादा दे दे.
Is that what you tell brands to? Pray to God. नहीं आप perform करेंगे नहीं, आप अल्लाह से दुआ करेंगे.
brands like video नहीं अच्छी है, you're like इस्तिखारा किया था.
Why didn't you pay Irfan Janejo?
नहीं, so फिर भी like how do you track progress though?
They
Is it
have
just
metrics
you?
on Instagram.
No, I
So,
know, but
yeah.
what metrics are you looking?
All of them.
What
Viewer
do you feel like are
retention.
the
Yeah.
retention? Huh?
Retention.
Why?
I mean, because you just find out how long someone's watching a video for. If you see कि 3 सेकंड के बाद बंदा scroll ही कर रहा है, there's something wrong with you.
So basically hook अच्छा नहीं.
होक अच्छा नहीं है.
Okay.
But
You have the same signature hook, right?
yeah, Aslam.
That's him.
Assalamualaikum Nazir.
He's the hook.
Yeah, but
Nice.
but what about you guys? You guys don't have the same hook, right? You come up with something different every time, or do you think about these things a lot?
I don't really post that much. I'm a very infrequent poster now, and since I'm like in the twilight of like I'll post when I post now.
Okay.
And the issue with that now is like since Facebook rewards consistency, not Facebook, sorry, Meta rewards consistency. So I'm inconsistent. I expect my views won't be as much as they were. And then like obviously because I'm talking about social issues, I get shadow banned too. So after like 5 years, you're kind of just like, जब भी मेरे पास time होगा लगा दूंगा. If it does well, it does well. It doesn't, खैर है. क्या कर सकते हैं?
What kind of consistency does Instagram like really, or Meta platforms really like reward?
The more you post, the more they'll push you.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
But isn't there a limit where after which people are like, यार ये हर वक्त ही आ रहा होता है Nael?
Yeah, that happens.
So
that,
how do you strike that balance? Like, how often do you post?
I used to do daily. Now I've pushed it back to every other day or every 3 days.
So you put a reel out.
I
every
reel out
3 days.
every 3 days.
And you put
Max.
stories out every day.
Story, yeah. If stories help a lot.
Really?
Because stories, I've experienced that. But, there's a period where I stopped posting stories and I saw that my reels started performing less. People started engaging less because, like, the way my dad said it is, like, for example, Tariq Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. I haven't seen that drama in 10 years, but I still know who everyone is because that's a TV show. If someone doesn't see you for a week, they'll be like, "He kaun tha?" You don't have that same long-lasting effect as a TV actor. So that's the one place where we fall short, I'd say. So stories are your way to keep reminding the audience, "Oh, hey, I'm alive."
Relevance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I do have a different opinion because 10 years into this, so you also get a bit tired, I would say. Like, because content can really consume you. It's a rabbit hole, I would say.
But that's like anything.
But this is too, like you see, like I can have this moment or I can take my phone out. And that becomes really, it takes away from that moment. I feel whenever you're traveling, I don't do travel content because I'm like, this is my time. But you're so compelled to, I was like, I'm here, I want to talk about it, I want people to know about this, but it takes away the entire joy of me being there in that present moment. So a lot of times I just know that this particular moment or time is for myself and there's no content here. But so which is why it's easier to disassociate yourself that, hey, what I now see is like I refer to myself as third person on social media. I'm like, this is how I'm on digital. Because I'm looking at a TV show and I find this something so great. I'm like, pause, I'm getting ideas. And it became so heavy because I'm now an Excel sheet and I'm writing down ideas and I forgot about the TV show. And it took me a time to realize that this is work and this was your me time. And I got really drained. I think it did really affect my mental health as well because it made me really anxious. Because I was always thinking that I have to film content. And then I'm like, no, like life's okay. Life's chill. You can post every day. You can post once in a week. It's fine. As long as you are doing it at a certain pace. And that's how I've tried to create that balance. But when I am putting up a content, I do ensure that it has those right elements done. And when you were speaking of metrics, I think it's very known that the Insta CEO, he does say that now they're preferring shares over anything. So the more your video gets shared, it does really well. So they're prioritizing shares and views beyond those 3 seconds. So that average attention rate.
So how do you make a video what do people share more in your experience?
Brain rot.
Brain
I
rot?
would say, yeah, go on.
No, that's it.
That's just massive insight. Like, what have you seen people share more?
I would say brain rot for sure. That's like a new phenomenon. But I was gonna say on this topic now, there are tiers like for people watching who are like aspiring influencers and content creators. There is a pretty much like a get big quick strategy, which is just to hop on trends, pre-existing videos, you recreate them. You know what's working, you just redo it. And then there's also originality, which I think helps create a better core audience. And it's a slower growth, but you get recognized more. Like you were saying, like pehchan tumhari zyada hoegi. So I feel like you should weigh those options. And this now we're seeing the brain rot stuff where people acha like koi trend aa gaya bas ye kar liya, ya koi audio aa gayi bas usko use kar liya, and you're just doing that and you can do a quick growth. But I feel like that's not very sustainable.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
you can't sustain it.
It's just like, but it's like you're growing, but are people recognizing you? Like, I don't know, like
For value, I mean.
yeah, I don't know.
Do creators also pay the platforms to grow?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
nice.
can, but
But
I
that-
wouldn't know.
In terms
You can pay for like bot followers and stuff.
Yeah.
That's-
never
That's a
People
huge
reach out,
brand,
right?
right?
So DMs are
I saw this on a rickshaw the other day. They're like, TikTok followers le 5,000. I was blown. They're like, call this number 5,000 rupees, 10,000 followers.
down the number.
I'll give it to you. I saw a good growth, you know. I'm joking. I've never. But I didn't know this was a thing till I saw it on the rickshaw. I'm like, what?
It is a thing.
but that's very
crazy.
bad for you.
Yeah,
And you
why
also
that?
don't pay Instagram directly. It's like third parties, and
No,
you
we
can
don't
get like
want
banned
Instagram,
for
you
it.
can boost posts, right?
Boost
Oh yeah,
to
that's like
get
just advertising.
views,
Yeah.
which is a secondary effect could be growth.
But that's
for
only for products, no? Like you shouldn't.
You can boost anything.
you can boost it for views.
You can boost.
But does that
stories,
work? Like if I boost a
Sometimes.
meme of mine, like I make like a
Yes.
funny. But will that work?
We don't
Like, is there a category other than for business on Instagram where it's like I'm boosting this as a meme, and will it reach people?
So Instagram will ask you कि किस age group को किस area में किस language में हम push करें.
And what's
So-
your objective? Like
Yeah.
you can just say, I want more people to visit my profile.
Or I want more people to click a link on this.
So when they look at your profile,
Yeah, that's business again, no?
Yeah, but I mean, it's
no,
whatever your
visit
objective
your
is.
profile could be an objective.
I
Like
know.
they see your video, and when they swipe up, they straight land to your homepage. And if they feel like it's something that they are interested in, they can give
Do
you a
people
follow.
do that?
Yeah, so I've seen like a
Brands
lot
do
of
that,
times when brands do co-collaboration with me and they're like, we're gonna boost.
No,
your
again,
video.
that's business though.
No, but they're boosting the video, so I do get followers as a byproduct,
Oh.
but not that much.
Interesting.
And those audiences I don't really rely on. because that's not like my core
Yeah.
product that I'm selling. But sure,
I've heard a myth that if you boost a video, your organic reach goes down. Is
no,
that true?
that's not true.
That's not true.
I'm not.
That
No,
would
no,
be-
no.
I mean, this is how Instagram makes money, right? So
Yeah.
they wouldn't penalize you for paying them.
Paying them more. I mean, you now you get like this
Typically.
video is performing a lot better. Boost this video.
Yeah.
So now they're promoting more of that. Hey, you've seen success here. Find more success. We don't want to do that. Now I feel that also the bigger change is that because everything has become so tactical and mechanical that they've sucked the fun out of it, right? Like you like now videos should be just like, we have to do the hook. Now this is where the audience gets hooked. Like it just becomes too
I mean, there's a proper
Formulaic.
script.
formulated. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not, it's so curated anymore. Like I because now I've made so many well-produced videos, I cannot now take out the phone to just make like a simple video. I feel like, this does not end up, but I do want to take that step away. It should be anything that I'm feeling.
अच्छा, but production quality कितना matter करती है? Like you guys have super like तुम school में बैठे हुए
Yeah, we
हैं,
have- it is
I
no
mean, these are
production
great
quality.
case studies.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
should definitely write.
But you
paper.
have pretty good, well-produced videos as well,
Hmm.
on top of like your very normal ones as well. So do you. Like I can see like it's you're sitting there talking. At least it looks the frame.
Aesthetics are well.
Aesthetics are pretty.
But
pretty
it's
good.
always just this.
And you're
For some brands, they demand
They
we want
demand.
like a well-produced. Phir to obviously you do it for the brand. But my own videos,
it's just phone सामने. Okay, so people don't need to invest in equipment.
No,
that-
to get started, you need nothing. You need a phone and your face.
Yeah.
That's, or maybe not even your face. If you're-
Faceless accounts also do really
Yeah.
well.
your phone can do so much now, and also same with music. I think the biggest mistake people make coming into any new thing like hobby or passion now, I've seen this in music, I see this content creator, like I need the best phone,
Yeah.
or I need like a Sony A7S if I want to do YouTube. Brother, no. Bro, I need like the craziest guitar. I need a Gibson guitar signed by AC/DC. Like,
Signed by
like, no, man. Like what you need is like a working camera and consistency and a passion and to know what you want to do. That's it, man. You don't even need to know what you do. You can find it along the way.
the barrier to entry is really like low,
Low,
now.
right.
Yeah, anyone can just start.
Anyone can. Yeah.
But also it's important to know that it may not be for everyone.
Oh yeah, for
Because
sure.
I feel like now we've made it like, no, everybody should do content, but that's not the case. You can definitely could do for promote yourself, promote your service, but content would help you to push it, but not as just for sole purpose.
How do you like? Do you guys see someone and be like, "Yeah, this person has it in them to be a good content creator"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is it like? What is it that you see and you go like, "Yeah, ये अच्छा content creator बनेगा."
Like if it's someone who's starting brand new,
Okay.
like
Yeah, someone brand or someone you know, and you're like, man, this friend of mine
Like-
is capable of being a good content creator. This person should just not do it.
They have a lot of crazy stories.
Yeah.
and consistency.
If they're good on camera, that's what they could be.
Does that matter?
Like,
Good on
I'll tell
camera?
you something. Like, when I was doing food, I was just doing food.
Yeah.
Until I went to a podcast with Muzammil Hassan,
Yeah.
TBT.
Yeah.
After the podcast, he said to me, there's a storyteller inside you. You should do storytelling. I just sat with that thought. When I got really sick of food, like I had like 8 months of recovery. I was like, what do? I can't have food, or I can try food. I then went into storytelling. So sometimes I felt like I really owe that to him because I didn't see myself telling those tales
Yeah.
that I do now, and I'm mostly known for storytelling. But I think it's just someone who could perhaps say that you should do that.
Like someone who's very good at stories generally. And okay, what would you say are some of the core skills that you should have when you're starting out?
Bakwas karne.
Don't be camera shy.
Don't be camera shy.
Yeah, get to the point, I would say.
That'd be kinda
Because
crazy to
some
see a
people
content creator.
ramble, dude.
But have you
Yeah.
seen those
I-
videos?
Camera shy content creators?
Faces
Faces,
channels
yeah,
do
you
well.
could.
But you know what? Some like that's something that gets better as you,
As you-
like
yeah,
you get
yeah.
better in front of the camera, you get more
If
confidence.
you all look at our first video to versus
Yeah.
what we're doing now, there's a huge
Yeah, of course,
difference.
it's
So I
progression
think
there.
it's not. Again, it's not like it's a skill that you can improve over time.
Are most content creators like extroverted? Because I know you mentioned that you're generally an introverted person.
I'm very introverted. Yeah.
So, I mean, generally, what you expect from content creators is that they're very extroverted and they're very.
Just like people, man. Some are extroverted, some are introverted, some like to be outside all the time, some like their
Yeah.
privacy.
And also, you could have very different personalities. Like you would imagine them to be this person,
Yeah,
but in reality they're not,
Yeah,
and that's okay.
I get that a lot. People are like,
Yeah.
nothing like I imagine. Or
Yeah, like
what
the-
it seems.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
you
the
seem-
med school thing.
yeah, the exactly.
You gotta bring that up.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go
They
back.
want to be doctors at all. Med school का मैं बिल्कुल नहीं सोचा. मैं कहा दोनों को अमेरिका जाके college में पढ़ना होगा.
Oh, really? That
Yeah.
was your thing?
That's what I thought. I was like, I mean, not a bad thing to do either. Like, you know.
But like, मैं करूँगा क्या?
Passion, you know, that's my passion. That's why I'm going into
Yes,
med.
But do you guys want to practice here in Pakistan?
Yes.
I want to practice full stop. I mean, I'll be lucky if I become a doctor.
There's a thing to that. So I wanna do my specialization abroad. Come back for the more money.
Okay, so it's fiscal, is it?
Yeah, so you get both best of both worlds. यहाँ पे भी रह रहे हो, पैसे भी ज़्यादा मिल रहे हैं.
All good. Man, lawyers and doctors will be competing with AI in the next 5 years, like properly. Any profession where there's like information asymmetry, AI is gonna break that. Whatever advantage you have.
Ansar's really
But-
against AI. He gave me like a 10-minute speech.
I'm not against all AI. I'm against generative AI because it's like galat cheezein, like it's not always correct. It's not 100% accuracy. B, it's self-affirming, so it'll just tell you what you want to hear. C, it's bad for the environment.
Achha, so let's talk about AI, right? What do you guys feel is happening with generative AI that can like significantly affect content creation?
So Meta is or has rolled out this feature where all of us creators can create our own AI
Avatars?
avatars, and
No way.
people could speak with that avatar. You just have to feed it.
Oh, that thing, yeah.
So it's a trial, but I do feel that no matter how much content you can produce with AI, the trust that a human could give to versus trying also the newer items, that's never going to get replaced from what I understand with my perspective today.
There is some app, I forget which one, but you can create, like you take pictures of yourself and then you say a couple words and then
Just create
you type in a script and it will basically pretend like it's you. So AI is, I think it's getting out of hand and I think it's really bad and it's bad for the environment. And like, whatever AI content I come across that people share, I'm like, what are you getting out of this? It'll be like the cast of Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, but they're fat.
Yeah, I've seen that. yeah.
What are you getting? Like, what part of the brain is that satisfying for you to watch? Or like Olympic diving competition, but cats. This does nothing for me. I don't know, man.
They have their
Like,
audience.
I think like a poorly animated or poorly thing. Like when I see AI, I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't know. And like, yeah, the fact that like, so there's this thing called the dead internet theory, and I really do feel that because again, we're talking about Twitter. Like I was on Twitter a lot. It's overrun by bots now. And what the dead internet theory is that you're creating AI as creators, then you're creating AI as followers to boost that creators, and then the AI is feeding on itself and it's self-replicating. So soon the internet is basically just going to be bots talking to each other. We're already seeing that in places. So then eventually like nothing's going to be real on the internet anymore. And I really do feel that. Now when I see channels monetizing AI and I'm seeing fake trailers, I'm seeing fake comments on those fake trailers, I'm seeing fake likes on those fake comments on those fake trailers. So I'm like, where does it end, man? Like it's just, it's really depressing. I don't know.
But don't you think there's also a big neutralizer as well? Like just for example, Instagram and this phone has really reduced the barrier for entry for any content creator. There was a time when you could not create content. You needed to have production facility, you needed to have everything. But अगर मैं आज AI का वो देखूं, like there's so much I can do with it without having to spend or without having to have that access to those resources, right? That's the other side of it.
Yeah, but you can still do it crudely. You don't have to do $1 million, multi-million dollar budget, which is, by the way, been fed off of the plagiarism of other products. Like, sorry guys, I know I'm like talking and like,
Yeah, this is important, yeah.
it's like, so for me, it's like that has been plagiarized, TK, like off books, off of movies, off of this. So it's not like it's like creating something original for you. If you ask it to create a fat yellow character, it's probably going to give you Homer Simpson or something like, you know, similar to that. So it's stealing. So I would rather you make a really bad drawing of a fat yellow character that's original than doing that. And like, it's not, I don't think it's adding anything. AI is not adding any sort of value that you can't add yourself the way that a phone can. Someone with and without a phone, that's a massive difference. Someone with and without AI, it's not a big difference in my opinion.
Really? Like in the sense that with VO3 and everything, you can literally make movies by writing down prompts. Like you don't need to have those $3 million budgets anymore. So if you say a Pakistani movie where you don't have $3 million, like वो पूरी industry में नहीं बनते इतनी महंगी movies, like can't you do a lot more now? Like even if you're not copying from anywhere, like if I'm like मेरे पास स्विट्जरलैंड जाने का budget नहीं है, ये जगह असली है, या मेरे पास हुंजा जाने का भी budget नहीं है, ये जगह असली है. And if the quality can come out, which would help me do it, why not? Like in the sense that what are we losing really?
What we're losing is the art now. Because especially when it comes to movie, whatever, influencer ko chhod ke, movies are an entire art form.
But CGI bhi to tha na. But
CGI is so different. You still have to create the CGI, man.
Yeah, it's just that you're creating it differently and at a much different cost.
Bro, you're typing in a prompt versus 3D modeling something, or like, like saying कि green screen पीछे मैंने अपना कोई stock image लगा दिया है. Someone still had to key in that green screen. Someone still had to do that stock. And again, some AI, sure, like automatic rotoscoping, sure, like that's fine. That's better for the creator. But typing in a then what's the point? Then where's the effort of the movie? The whole point is the effort.
Is it? And like the point is good storytelling, right? Now,
bro,
however you get it.
The point of art is the experience of creating it, in my opinion. I'm making a rap song, or I'm like painting something. Half of the thing is that I made this. So if I type in a prompt, make a sad painting, where's the human element? Because what is art without humanity?
I think what also to Ansar's point, like an individual would be able to create a very unique experience versus multiple AIs just producing very homogeneous products, right? So watching a movie which is very different, I don't think it could be replaced by the AI. Yes, sure, you could use AI to perhaps make your back-end processes really fast, like get to the product. But then again, that human touch that makes us feel, that emotion cannot be given out by any form of AI. Like I now look forward to posts which have spelling mistake, which has a grammatical issue. Like there could be some human
I
form
can do that
of
as
it,
well.
right?
You just have to upgrade your prompt.
Like, can you give me a broken down?
Yeah, you'd be like, no, it'd be like this, upload all your stuff, whatever you've written before AI, and just be like, listen, just recreate, but make sure you recreate in this exact style. My point is like prompt engineering or whatever this, now it's prompt is also art now. Like in the sense, how detailed you go into the prompt, in how much detail you describe it. Like, okay, what did Fitzgerald do? He wrote for you, this is what the scene was, this is what the person was like, this is what, I mean, his understanding of human nature is how he described characters, right? It's whatever you understand and whatever you've really, this is what your prompt is going to be like as well. Whether it won't be make me a sad painting. It will be make me this person, this who's like this, he has wrinkles in his eyes because of all the time that he spent in this world, whatever. His hair is grayed, or his skin is like now, like because he spent so much time in the sun. All of these things go, like I see people write like prompts that are like pages just to get that right thing out. It is, I get the point, like you are losing technique in the process. So an oil painter, the better the painter is the one who has better technique, because the art will come out. And of course, there are other people who could have great concepts for paintings, but just because they don't have technique, they just can't execute it.
So practice, man. I see Instagram pages of people who've lost their arms learning how to paint with their feet.
Yeah,
what excuse? I don't know, man. Like, chalo, content creation aside, and the art element without humanity, like writing a bunch of prompts, again, it's all plagiarized. It's not like the AI is creating something new. Also, that's not the image in your head. So get better to the point where you can, that
visualize.
Image in your head, you can translate it onto canvas or whatever.
I think it's still ongoing. We'll know better in time to come.
And it's just happening too quick.
Yeah, it's happening too quick for us to truly know the repercussions of
It's
this.
so bad for the environment, man.
Yeah.
It is pretty horrible.
Bad for the environment. So it's like global warming is already getting so much worse. And now, like, these AI CEOs do not have our best interests at heart.
Yeah, this is capitalism.
It's capitalism at its finest. So it's just like, am I going to believe them when they say this will solve all my problems? Or do I think they're trying to capture such a broad market and destroy so many things just so they can undercut these businesses, and then they can essentially techno-fascism, like they just own everything and make their billions. So, you know.
Do you guys use ChatGPT to do your assignments?
Man, imagine
For assignments?
for any work.
No,
You
I don't
can't.
trust ChatGPT enough.
But
Wrong.
don't use AI at all.
That's
Like,
not the
I
biggest
use
issue.
it, but like you can't just give it the question, kar lo.
why not?
Yeah.
You
Good
can't.
story for AI.
There's too much going on. Is it in line with the syllabus I'm doing? But now Poland ka syllabus utha ke
नहीं
नहीं
मतलब concept तो वही होगा ना
उसको उठा के edit कर लोगे.
Oh, you haven't studied the Pakistan board. Federal textbook में कुछ होता है, पंजाब textbook में होता है, Cambridge में कुछ और होता है. You never know.
You can't use it. I'm just trying to understand.
What I use it is I'm like, okay, this is my syllabus. Like, teach me, bro, and it just teaches me. So like that's what I do. That's how I use it.
That's fair.
I just don't trust AI enough for that. I just go YouTube tutorials and stuff. I don't
You
like
trust a
AI,
random
honestly.
man.
Yes, I just don't like AI.
Khan
There was an
Academy.
edit.
Khan Academy got me through uni, dog. Like, I'm telling Khan Academy is no
awesome.
joke, bro.
Yeah.
God bless you.
There was an
Salman Khan.
edit.
Yes, Salman
Here's
Khan.
why I don't like AI. First, the dead internet theory. I made a video on that as well.
Oh, wow.
Again, I got pissed off. But then there was this edit of me making out with someone, and that made
That
me
was
so.
me, bro.
That was you.
No, I didn't make that. Like it was you making.
No. There was one of that.
Another
Yes.
one. Oh shit.
That
One
shit
of
is
the-
boring.
So in the AI world, we've made out. We've made out, and then I was making out with a fan. Some random.
What the fuck?
Yeah, imagine I see myself.
I've seen ads of those. Yeah.
Of
yeah.
me making
No,
out.
not you. Just the ads.
Yeah, no, I just don't like AI. It's just not genuine. You know, what's the point of having something that's not genuine? Like, there's some YouTuber. You can bleep out his name if you want. Kwebbelkop.
Okay.
He makes his entire video is like, oh wow, look at the spaghetti dude. What value are you adding to the zeitgeist? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a respect, my man. Respect.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But don't watch that content, right?
Yeah,
At the end
don't
of
watch it, but then who's it for?
people without AI make shit content as well, right? Random shit, right?
But it's worth it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I would rather-
like the first ever YouTube video where there's a dude. He's like, there's two elephants. Or,
Yeah.
It's still like you can experience it, kind
Experience,
of
that's a
like
good
yeah. This is the founding father. You know?
Charlie,
Founding
I'd say the worst real-made video is better than the best AI video.
For real.
Like it, because there's still that human element. Also, this brings up another point of AI. AI is used for a lot of bad things, man.
bad things.
We're seeing fake nudity, these fake makeout videos. I remember reading some girl committed suicide because she was threatened by an AI
Deepfakes and all that,
deep fake. She didn't know, and she was like 13 or something.
Yeah,
and
that's
so. And then like also now with the conflict that just happened, we're seeing how much AI is used to further propaganda. This is another thing, spreading of disinformation and stuff. So it's just like, I feel like it's adding more harm to society than good. So even if there is some benefit, is it outweighing how destructive it is? So when I ask myself that, I'm like, I don't want to convenience myself for 2 seconds. Also, it's making us dumber, straight up, bro.
Yeah.
Like when,
it is making it.
Yeah,
It is
like when
let's just research on it.
yeah, like your brain is a muscle, use it or lose it, straight up.
Oh, that's
like,
a good one.
Yeah.
Should be on a.
It should be a short.
ChatGPT gave me that one.
Like what did you say to
I'm
it?
gonna put that.
Bro, please use
Make
your brain.
a compelling quote about it.
I mean, there's a joke now, like, you know, like previously it was like if you want to know about someone, check their Chrome history, but now it's like check their ChatGPT.
ChatGPT history. Do you guys use Google anymore?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
a
know, like
lot.
Google's things,
Not
I
Not
chat
as much.
GPT stuff more because I think it's better than Google results generally.
But it gives you fake results.
No, like
Google
when I
gives you
search
pretty
it,
shitty results as
ChatGPT
well.
search.
ChatGPT.
So there's a ChatGPT
Yeah.
search.
I'm a paid subscriber, so I can't say much. I pay.
Bruh.
Bro, last night they were just like,
Attack him.
There's DuckDuckGo, which I found is pretty good because Google, I was reading this thing like last year, like the Google CEO made Google worse on purpose because you're spending more time to search for what you actually want. So you're spending more time on Google, that means more clicks and revenue for them. DuckDuckGo is very like privacy based and like their algorithm is a bit better. And it doesn't, you can choose opt-in for it to feed on what your searches are to give you better tailored results, or you can opt out of that. So I like that.
Is it by Google only?
No, it's a
That's
completely
a
different.
separate
Yeah, it's
one,
like
but
super
their
amped.
main selling point is privacy. They don't sell your
okay.
search data.
Yep, some of us, Gemini hasn't really taken that
Gemini shit.
push. Yeah, I don't know why.
It's really bad. Even Apple Intelligence is.
It's so.
I wouldn't tell this as a joke.
It's terrible.
I
I
turned
know
mine
what
off.
it
It's
is.
just eating your battery. That's all it does.
I turned it off. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Claude is good if you want to do writing.
Mid Journey is also.
Or you could, you know,
Journey is,
I like.
Or you could write.
or you could like, just
or you can
do
just
it.
write.
Yeah. Honestly.
Fair enough.
The process of writing and then getting better, it's so fulfilling, man.
No, of course, I get
I
it.
can't say it better myself. Every 5 seconds I'm pointing at him.
That's what he's doing. It's like,
This guy, yeah. This one, yeah.
every time I'm laughing, it's like.
I don't know this guy. He's right.
But we did. I think there a lot of stuff does make sense.
No, of course. Like, I mean, this. It can be used for so much bad. It's not even funny.
Yeah, true.
Right? Because वो एक Boston robotics की वो देखी थी, just dog, the
Yeah,
robot dog.
yeah.
I remember Elon Musk tweeted about it. Just quote tweeted saying that imagine this dog turned into a proper human robot and can move at like 2 seconds or less than 2 seconds. Like you can't even see it in a frame. It can just do things on that level and with very high intelligence. That's the future we are going to, and that we really are. We are like, I think AI-powered weaponry would be another level of destruction.
Don't give him ideas. That's,
They
I never
have
thought of that.
ideas.
Oh my
They
god.
have ideas.
That's crazy.
This is being an AI-powered intelligence, and I mean the military type intelligence that they do. That is also, I mean, I'm 100% sure a version of that is being deployed that is not available to the public.
For sure.
So yeah, it can be a force for a lot of evil as well, right? But so were the phones. So was every breakthrough in technology. Mankind has sat there and spoken about how destructive it can be, and it has been as well, right? It just depends on how much do you blame the phone or the gun or AI over the people using it and for what good they're using it or not, right? I mean, that's my 2 cents on it, because this is inevitable. Someone will do it. You like it's one of those things where you can't just expect कि suddenly हर कोई agree करेगा यार इतना powerful tool है हम नहीं बना रहे. लोग पे
Then
टिप्पणी
it's just,
बनाते
I guess it needs to be like extremely heavily regulated.
Regulated.
by
But
But
someone.
who is going to regulate it, right?
So we need
Like
to
that's
find
the thing,
some
we don't
governing
find
bodies or
we
something,
people
or-
don't trust governments anymore to regulate weaponry or all everything that they have. There's governments who will commit genocide with the weapons that they have, and they're the ones who are supposed to regulate this. So they won't. Let's be very honest. Like they will use it for whatever benefits them. So that's the world we live in. But good thing you guys are becoming doctors, so you can use it for some good, like, you know. Acha, last question, sorry. So if you were, so all the brands that come to you, what advice would you give them when they're thinking about creating content or leveraging creators?
Do it.
Pay me
Pay them well.
Pay me good. Pay me on time. Thank you very much.
What like, okay, could you go into more detail about the question? What do you mean by when you're like giving advice to these companies?
So say I have a small brand, I sell keychains maybe, and I'm like यार मैं अब Instagram का page बनाना है मैंने अपना, या मेरा restaurant है मुझे Instagram का page बनाना है, and I've so what kind of content should I think about? What kind of thing works?
With creators or for themselves?
Either way, should they hire creators? Who should get creators? Like
Everyone
who should
should
be
get
investing
creators.
in creators?
I mean, I think content is the way to promote, because within marketing you have the best form is now digital content. So I think it's for everybody and anybody who's in this service. But to answer your question, I think the one thing that I respect the brands who do that, is they study their creators. They know what is it that they want from him and don't ask them to be a certain person or a certain kind. And I think the best example is that I worked with this beverage company, and they paired me with another creator, Mr. Paki, with me. And previously we weren't thinking along the same lines, but they said, you two can maybe join forces and give 2 angles to this story that we were not thinking about it. I feel like that seems interesting. We've never thought about doing like a series.
And you and Bilal also, like, you get along.
That was the first time we did it,
Okay,
right?
really?
For a brand. Previously, we were doing
You
our own
collaborated
content.
on videos, yeah.
And we were like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So they're like, we want to do like a 5-video series with you, and you guys have complete creative liberty. We're like, okay, that's something we're very happy and excited about. And when we did those 5 videos, it became their best case study. I'm talking about Coca-Cola. We'll just see if you want to blur this name, considering I'm going to stop now.
We'll take it. We'll figure it out.
So yeah, I'm not
So
going to
it was a
start
5
off
video
with
series.
5 video series. It became a global case study for them because it got so much traction, and they gave us the opportunity to get the stories exactly the way we would want to tell. And there was no hard selling of the product. It wasn't there in between, like aapko peeni hai, aapko ye karna hai. It was all up to us. And when we did that, and it was great to work with, became like for us to be, it was like a very rewarding that local creators were able to create global impact for them, and then they renewed the contract with us, which we weren't expecting to do. So I would definitely say the first step is to study
the creator.
the
and then
creators,
this
see what they
person-
have been making, what they truly are creative and passionate about. And then you say, hey, like, I've seen you do this. You tell us, what could you do for them? And that, then the whole exercise comes in, where be like, okay, if this brand, is it fitting into my framework? Does that something I would like to endorse? And if I were to endorse it, is this my phone?
I think so.
2 bits. Like if you are starting out something, first figure yourself before you take help or support from creators, because we are an extension, not your brand strategy.
Yeah.
That's
So the
simple.
brand strategy has to be like, you have to have clarity before you go and
100%.
work with creators around
Oh
it.
yeah, I hate when brands are like, make something funny. I'm like, oh, that tells me
means
nothing.
nothing,
I don't
yeah.
know what exactly you want. And then, yeah.
So what's the difference between good brands that approach you versus brands that have no idea what they're doing?
They have a good idea of the do's and don'ts at least. ठीक है? If they want me to take the reins, they still have a good brand of do's and don'ts. So that helped me narrow it down. ठीक है? And they're responsive. And then if they have an actual marketing, like, okay, like this is what we want, then be a little malleable as well, where I can at least present myself and my identity. That can at least it resonate with my viewers.
100%. Yeah.
I think that's the best way to put it, really.
Wow, yeah, these are 2 fans, yeah. I don't know. They're like, yeah, what he said. Yeah,
what he said, literally.
Acha, last question and then we'll end it. The reel that changed the whole scene for you. What reel changed your entire journey as a creator?
You go last.
Okay. I have a deep one, but yeah.
Can we get tissues on the table, please? The first one. That's when I realized, I was like, yeah, this is something I enjoy doing.
The first
and
one
I
you did
should-
with Nael, or the first one that you made
Yes.
on your own?
Both of them.
Both of them.
When we started doing that, it was still fun to make because that's what we were doing. We were having fun, you know. When I made my first one, I got to go through interesting DMs, and I got to edit. You know, I started learning how to edit because I wanted to make content, right?
Yeah.
And then I just enjoyed myself so much. I was like, this is not a job for me. It's a passion. So from then on, I was like, yeah, this is something I want to continue.
That's awesome.
Which one?
The Skechers one, I guess.
100%.
Oh, yeah, that's your trademark.
Yeah, but you know, it not only like it was my biggest video, millions upon millions of views and with shares and all that. But on top of that, I think it taught me where I wanted to focus on, because I would never make that video today.
You must recreate 5 years.
I really like when it left the core audience, and then like you're playing that kind of stereotypical character, and then when I saw non-Desi people laughing at it, that's where I'm like, I don't want to do this. I want to make videos for us, where people are laughing with us, not at us. So that was a big moment for me to start slowly changing the manner of my videos, where I'm like, it's not just, essentially a lot of brown people, especially overseas, have this issue where they kind of cash in on racist stereotypes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's the point of the video is, oh, it's funny because haha accent, and oh, it's funny because he has a mustache, and you know, whatever, paindu or jo bhi. So that was a big thing for me as well.
I have 2. I have the first video of mine which went viral, which is
Which one? What was it?
it was a review of Versace Versus, and it was a shit video. To this day, I say it was one of the worst videos I've ever made in my life.
Why was it bad?
I just didn't like it. I went through it. I'm like, इसमें हमने कुछ किया ही नहीं. We just sprayed it. अच्छा है. And it got like 800,000. And that's the day I realized that just because I don't like it doesn't mean that someone else might not like it. So that's when I stopped caring. Oh, what will the other person think? That's when I stopped caring about that.
Because you never know, really.
Yeah, you never know what's going to work. And the most, I mean, My favorite video was the one when I did the car. I was like, yes, top gear moment aa gaya. I'm Jeremy Clarkson finally.
But you were like really also channeling some Sunil Mann.
Oh yeah, I was Ricky and shit. I was like, yes.
I saw that.
And even he reposted it. I was like, yes, I made it in life. Sunil Mann knows who I am.
Yeah.
Do you guys have this thing where the video you like put a lot of effort into doesn't do well, and the video you put out just like this, it goes super viral?
Yeah,
So random.
Yeah, that's,
That's
no.
just a part of the thing.
So you put in effort into all the videos?
Yeah, they're all like sometimes. It's gonna be like every now and then I'll post out just a random video.
Editing is crazy. Editing is really
Thank
good.
you. No, it's not.
I just
You
swear
can tell
bleep.
it's.
That's all my editing is, swear bleep.
You can tell it's very like preliminary. You know, it's like I don't know how to edit. I'm just like
No,
playing around.
But if it's
multiple
working, it's-
music
But that's your
things.
signature as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Osama.
There's a story now. So
Oh, Lord. Thank God he's last.
So I was doing food reviews. I got super sick. I had a health scare.
Yeah.
I was getting weak. I didn't know what was going on. Multiple visits to doctors, and then it ultimately led to for me getting a biopsy and colonoscopy, which I think you get like in your 50s, and I was getting it in my 20s, just 3 years ago. So it took me like they said we're gonna take your biopsy and stuff because they found a lot of ulcers, and I was very concerned. Like I was like I'm just doing food blogging as fun, but you don't know the hygiene standards around, and anything could mess you up. And I had a very difficult 8 months because I was getting weak. I was heavy on antibiotics every time my doctor would give me until they're like, oh, things are getting serious, so we should get to do that. And when my doctors told me you can't eat out for several weeks, I again needed an outlet. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I just make food content. And then that podcast thing of Muzammil Hassan realized that you should do storytelling. But because I was so concerned, I did make my public, because the brands were, they were like, no, you have to fulfill your commitment, because I was eating food and spitting out.
Okay.
And I was like, I can't do that anymore because I don't want to put anything in my stomach. So I went public, like, hey, I have a health problem and I need to stop. And I just made that video and I just went complete. I went MIA. But the outpour of support and love I received, and people like telling me that, because I was still waiting for my results, I had no idea what this could be. But I felt like it's gonna be okay. So I took that inspiration and I was like, if I were to, there are people who go through a lot worse.
Yeah.
And there may be things that I may not have experienced myself, but maybe I could tell their story from their experience. And I knew there's also a colleague of mine who grew up without a father. And, we used to have these conversations and I was like, I'm going to share her experience through just a monologue. And I just decided to put this camera right on the top and I just laid down and I wrote a script and I delivered. And that was the first time I did a content like this where I'm just speaking into the camera, and it did so well in terms of emotions that I realized that there is something that I can move and change, and it healed a lot of people as it healed. Those comments healed me. And then I took that emotive journey that, I can be vulnerable and speak about these things. And I think that just changed the whole trajectory for me. Now Insta has muted that video.
Why?
Because I used that music of Up. It was so...
That's a cheat code. That's not fair.
Yeah, and it's muted, but I can't repost it because you have to be in that space. But when I met people after that, I think it was just very healing for taking that journey, and it got me there. So I hope it was a good story.
That was beautiful. Again,
I should write a book.
Can we take a pause and then rethink our first?
You're like, all I did was just post my first video.
Honestly.
Changed my life.
Feels good, I will continue.
He's like, bro,
Sunil Mann ki तरह डिग्री में बैठा हुआ है.
That's my dream. Oh my God. एक कोने में एक कोने पे.
You should do a collab with him, man.
Sunil Mann, please, hello.
I think you should do video like
We should. He should
repost until he comes.
No, he reposted my video.
So you should make every video you do. You should be like, Sunil bhai, हम साथ बैठे हो सकते थे.
This could be us.
This could be us. Exactly. Every video should be. This could be us.
That's a good idea. That's a damn good
If you
idea.
really want it, go for it.
Boss,
I think he's a cool guy. I think
He'll
he'll
love
100%
you.
be down.
And he visit Lahore every time, just
I just Jesus off him. Hello.
Actually, he's based in Lahore.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So I can't eat or
You
dog.
could
Karachi
drive
quite often.
smoothly
Yeah.
there only.
सारी सड़कें वहीं पे
Yeah.
हैं सारी अच्छी वाली like you know लाहौर
I'm just
वगैरह.
gonna dog's his office. I'm gonna zip my mouth.
But anyway, thanks so much, guys.
Before we go, I do have some advice for creators as well.
Yeah, 100%. Go for it.
Have an identity. But most importantly, when it comes to financials, because we're talking about brands and creators, speak to your fellow creator about financials, because brands don't want you to do that, and brands will, not all, some brands will try to exploit you about
All.
this. So speak to them, talk about money with other people, understand what bracket you fall into, and don't be afraid to bargain, and don't be afraid to ask for advice from like bigger creators and stuff.
Yeah, more experienced creators. Who did you go to in your journey? Who all did you guys go to?
I went to him.
I've asked him. I've just recently spoke to Bilal Mr. Paki about this as well. Saim, my friend Saim Rahman, he's pretty helpful. Bigger as such, not I'm not I don't watch a lot of creators, so I don't. And this was something I didn't know. But when Saim and I when we became friends and we started discussing these things, that's when I realized, acha, you know. And then Osamah and Bilal also guided me about this too. So definitely talk to your friends or talk to whoever, mentors or anyone. That's it.
Hey, perfect. Do you guys have any advice for creators?
He's just too good, okay?
Yeah, I mean, like, every time this man.
This could just be him.
Put him in prison because bars.
Chalo. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining. I think this was a pretty
Thank
good
you.
conversation.
100%.
We had a great conversation.
Yeah, that was
100%.
fun, man.
It was so
Time
much fun.
flew, low-key.
Yeah.
Cathartic with all, I'm pretty sure.
100%.
Yeah.
We should just do this again.
No more AI. Chale.
Don't worry. Done.